Rob, what are you doing already? Oh my god! I just skipped it 5
Play the
tier 1
sound.
songs. Holy shit!
Go.
Hey,
Play the sound.
tackle. I know I didn't play the
Play
sound.
the sound.
It's why hello there.
You have to do it 5 times though.
Why hello there.
and you
subscribing. Fuck. Oh my god. Throw some dust in the air. Who's getting out? Oh, there we go.
Nice.
New subscriber. Hello there.
There it is.
A new subscriber. A new subscriber. A new subscriber.
Fuck.
Oh no.
I had to get water.
Dragon,
We got
save
a
him.
train.
We've already hit our entertainment quota for the night, everyone.
Dragon, resuscitate.
Holy shit. It's, oh my god, the Emmendale subscriber rap.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I completely over. All right. You guys ready then?
Ooh, let's do it.
Ooh, let's do it. In the bowels of the dungeons recently discovered underneath Merriweather Asylum, you found yourselves wandering around in some passageways. Coming across or coming around a corner, somebody, a hooded figure like a highwayman's cloak, beige in color, ran up and skewered Shahid right in the gut. And just as that happened, something else then took over.
Shahid. Shahid. Come now and realize your potential.
And healing then took over. We now enter directly into combat. Let's go to Foundry. Initiative order's already been rolled. We have Shahid, then Ophelia, Renault, after that Casper, and then it, not understanding what the fuck just happened. Shahid, you're up, my friend.
So after Shahid takes a hit and he hears that in his head, his eyes glaze over into that black in which they have been so many times prior, and his head slowly rises as he looks towards the being who is directly in front of him and he says, "I'm not stuck here with you. You're trapped here with me." And he reaches to his collar and pops his collar. As he does, he casts darkness on his jacket to focus it on himself. Poof. A magical darkness envelops them.
Holy fuck. Okay.
So as he does, as his action, as his cantrip that he's going to do, within there, he lowers his forearms down, and these tentacles are seen just crawling through his skin, and they burst out of his hands like that obsidian claws of the being that inhabits his body, as he turns into that primal savagery, and he in the dark slashes out at the being right in front of him with the blade still inside his stomach. He's not pulling it out, and he's just gonna slash out at it.
Dude, give me an attack. That's awesome. That was fucking real. That was real.
So do this. And we go into here. And let's do it.
Holy fuck.
21 to hit.
God.
Can you describe what happens to him now that he's fucking dead?
So in the darkness, you guys just hear, and he just lashes out and just swings out, and just with everything he has, all the darkness that's been gathering inside of him from all the hatred of the beast that he has within him, plus it fueling him, he just lets his two huge claws just tear directly into the being in front of him, and just brings his hands down. And if does the being actually drop in front of him?
Oh, as soon as you do that, everything about him just gets obliterated.
I then just drop darkness. So it's like, and I'm just standing over him like, with my hands dripping, the obsidian blades still showing on my hands. And that is the end of my turn.
Combat is over.
Yeah. Good.
Just stepped back.
Wait, you did? Where are you on the? Oh, there you are.
I'm right there. I just.
All right, Shahid.
His eyes kind of flicker back to normal, and the claws slowly start going back into his flesh, painfully. Yeah. Yeah. I'm fine. And he looks at his stomach. Is there a wound still on there, or?
I'm sorry. I was so captivated. What happened to the blade in your gut?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Oh,
because
no, the
thing
blade is
fell.
still
I mean,
there.
He's looking down. Is it like still there? Did it pull out as a guy fell?
No, he didn't. He lost control of his muscles the moment you opened your mouth. And
he just
he piddled and then died. His last action in life was to piddle himself. And he let go of the scimitar, which is still in you. And I hate to say this, the healing took place from the entry wound.
Yeah.
You might have an exit wound.
That's fine. Here he goes, and he puts his hands over to like add pressure because he knows what's gonna happen, and he just turns his head and just slowly goes.
You pull it out, and you get hit for 3. That's it.
You got it.
Did you know you could do that? Because I did not.
There's a lot of things I'm learning about myself.
Actually, may I? I want to reach for your hand.
I extend it out to you.
Where do the pointy bits come out?
I turn my hands over, and you can actually see the wounds kind of healed over because of the heal, but there's like thin lines of scars running on his palms.
That is most interesting. How did this happen? How were you able to do this? Is this something that the Intelligarium gave you?
Something that they gave me? No. Something that they reminded me that I can do? Yes.
Oh, that might actually be worse. I'll drop your hand.
That's a story that I promise to give you another time.
Okay, there's no rush. That sounds horrifying. All right, I'm going to carefully lift my skirts and step over this body.
Okay.
Shahid's actually going to kneel by the body and now look at what it was that he attacked.
Looks like a citizen of Fallen Drift. Judging by his accent, probably came from the southern portion of the city. Probably lower class. Taking the folds of the robe off, you can see that he's actually wearing something of a suit, which would indicate that he's about, let's say, a merchant or so. Dark Civics, thank you so much for if that's how you pronounce it. Thank you so much for the follow.
Why would this thing attack me? Who is this?
I don't recognize him. Renault, you can come out. He's not going to hurt you.
Yeah, I'm fine, Renault. Thank you.
I just touched his hand and he did not harm me.
No.
That does not remove my suspicion. But I will remain close at an acceptable distance, if that's all right with you.
Suspicion of
It's
overall, let's move along.
Okay.
Ophelia, you see the passageway continues before you about 25, 30 feet, is about 10 feet wide, rather large for an underground passage. Just as a quick reminder, the stone itself and the style in which the stone was carved, really, it's either just an ancient cellar, or this entire facility has had some other purpose in life.
Actually,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the crates and the barrels directly in front of you hold what appear to be standard supplies, many of them of a newer design, stuff that you would see typically around the city above, and there is an unlit sconce on the wall directly to the south.
Okay. Actually, is there a way, as long as it's cool with Adams, that I can roll an insight check? I something felt weird about suspicion and how dismissive he was, and I kind of want to roll something about, like, I want to dig into that a little bit.
Yeah, by all means, go ahead.
All right. Is that cool? All right, hold on. That was a little bit sus. What do I get with 21?
Is it from Renault?
From Renault.
It's your choice, dude. Do you want?
Well, I'll roll anything with numbers to see if I can be persuaded, but that was high enough for me to just let you know that obviously Renault is actually working his screwdriver device counterclockwise, which I never do, meaning that he's definitely distracted and basically on autopilot while he's being observed, while he's also observing everything. So he definitely believes Shahid's up to something. Okay.
I'm ultimately gonna let it go. I wanted to kind of get a read on what is going on with him. That was super sus. I see sorry, let me do this in character. There's a fire pit. Oh, there's another man.
There is?
You see somebody else?
Yes, I see it. Oh, no, wait, that's a portrait.
Oh.
He's sleeping. I'm gonna sneak up to this flat man. Oh no, it's not a man at all, just a portrait. I mean, it's a man, painted, not alive. Just like this one, only also never alive to begin with.
Are they wearing anything distinguishing? Any kind of particular uniform or heraldry?
I mean,
Shahid calls on the hallway.
It's a portrait, so it's only his face. I mean, he's got a nice collar. It seems exquisite.
Shahid, you recognize the portrait of Ewan Mycroft.
That's Mycroft.
Oh.
Ewan Mycroft.
Oh, I've never seen what he looks like. He's rather dashing.
Down here? These stones look ancient.
Yes, but the fire's still burning.
I mean, there was a man just down here, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
There was a man down here. The fire burning's not that surprising.
Oh, that's true.
Indeed. This is about a 5 foot wide, burning almost like it's a slight concave surface. You can see that on the desk that Ophelia is now looking at, you see small bits of what appears to be meat. And there's some chemicals and some other things on there. There's also a skull which still has meaty bits on it. There are copious notes and articles, all leading to investigations of reanimating bodies.
Oh, I found something interesting. And Renault, there's little tinker's tools and things like that on here. I mean, I don't know. There's instruments of some kind, but there's notes on how to. Shahid, you seem like somebody. Yeah, there you are. You seem like somebody who might know a thing or two about this. It's very dark, like reanimating bodies. I don't know if you know how to do that, but you just had claws come out of your hands. So I'm going to assume maybe you're familiar with this to a degree adjacently.
I mean, I'm familiar with the ancient texts of the Age of High Magic, where they would believe that they could reanimate corpses with particular rituals and amulets or charms, much like the way which you use items in order to draw the spirits in for conversation. They believe that they would actually be able to draw in the spirit and contain it back into the body. A lot of times it wouldn't be the same spirit that belonged to the original body. However, it would be enough to animate it. At least this is what they believed.
Is that legal?
Legal? I don't think these types of individuals were worried about legality.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of laws that could be, broken by that kind of activity. If you need a body for it, you're probably going to have to dig up a grave. Defilement of corpses never acceptable.
Right, at
I don't
any
think
point
there's
in time.
any statutes against specifically reanimation. But again, that'd be a very specific law you'd have to look into.
In the lower corner, you can see that there are 5 barrels, each of them connected with what appears to be a distillery hosing of some kind or pipes. The containers, some of them are transparent, particularly in the very far corners, or rather on opposite sides. You can see on the closest to Renault what appears to be a clear liquid akin to water, but when shook a little bit, you can see it's extremely viscous. And over on the right, you see something that is much more of a greenish, almost antifreeze lime green.
This clear liquid. Do you need me to do an insight to identify it? I have tools that will help me do so.
Yeah, let's do it up.
Let's see. This is Tinker tools. I got a 23 for identifying what it is.
Absolutely. It is nothing that you have seen before. However, your roll was so high that you're taking a look at it, and you just happen to have, just bear with me for a minute here. You happen to have your goggles on, and you took a look at it, and just as you were about to put the cube back, something flickered inside, and you can see it, the equivalent of spiritual viscera.
Miss Moore, what familiarity do you have with the visual spirits? The things that you see in the other realm? Like, how familiar are you? I assume not all of your performances are in jest.
Not all of them. I mean, I could use this, and I hold up the planchette. What do you need?
This fluid seems to be leftover organs of some type. I don't hear. Perhaps the cube seems to have identified its inner working to the point where that is my assessment so far.
All right. Let's see if we could see anything. Do you mind holding it out so I can? And I'm going to put the planchette on top. See what I can see.
So you take a look in the side of the barrel next to Renault?
No, yeah, whatever Renault is holding.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
By the barrel of the cube.
Okay, yeah.
Alrighty, so let me take a look here. Oh, that's good. Let me make sure I have it. Yep, okay. You see it filled with black, as if nothing were in there. It literally disappears from view.
Huh.
Miss Moore, what do you see?
Nothing.
Well, it is a transparent, but it is not water.
No, I don't even see water. I see nothing. Like,
you can see the pipe, or rather the tubing extending into it, but you
yes, I see the bits of and pieces that make this structure up, but I don't see anything inside.
Mr. Renault, weren't you able to use your cube? And last time we did this, you were able to kind of, how did you say it? Move the imagery forwards and backwards to observe. Maybe we're seeing either the beginning or the end of the life cycle of whatever this, or I'm assuming, organic material is inside the barrel. You think maybe?
That is possible, Mr. Shahid. Would you like me to try that?
I mean, it's worth a shot.
And Renault's going to take the cube and actually see if he can amplify by actually turning and rotating and focusing into the cube.
Give me an intelligence check.
Sure.
Or actually, Arcana for you. Arcana.
Renault is so suspicious.
No, or you can keep that 23.
Yeah, I like the 23.
Yeah, let's keep the 23. All right, cool. Wow. Hold on. Wow. So, all right, describe the exact action so I know where we are.
So while Miss Ophelia is observing the liquid and he is holding up the cube nearby the planchette, I'm going to, like I did before, rotate it to see if it is like doing a dial of some sort.
It does. You've now understood that the proximity to it plus the angle of the cube, it all seems completely arbitrary initially, but yeah, you begin dialing it in. What is your intended effect?
So that Miss Ophelia sees like a narrative process of time passing forward or backwards and what actually she can see, because we can't see through it right now.
Brilliant. So, go ahead.
I didn't say that. I said cool.
Oh. So, wow, this is okay. This is totally good. Let me get what I need. So, when you start taking a look through the planchette and Renault begins to dial it in order to increase its power, there is a moment there that you can see that the liquid is in fact inside the container. And then as the cube is slowly changed, just as you guys had done out in the park, and you can kind of dial in through time and see what has transpired, there is an evaporation of it in the planchette side that just causes it to disappear over the course of, I'd say, several days.
Wait, so you're saying that, just to confirm, it was there at one point, it's like...
It would have been in the planchette's view at one point, correct?
Okay, so I'm seeing it be siphoned out.
Yes.
Okay.
What you're actually saying, as opposed to it like levels going lower, like in a liquid, instead what you see is like it's just becoming more and more and more transparent until finally it's no longer there.
Okay, but it's definitely not there anymore.
It's definitely not there in the planchette right now. That is correct.
Okay. All right. What did you just do? Because I was able to see it kind of evaporate. What looks to be over the course of time, but clearly it's not here in the planchette.
My assumption, as Mr. Shahid has put into observation, is that as we manipulate our items, perhaps we can view them using our perspective artifacts to see in another layer. And as we do so, it seems that in this particular apparatus, there is a function that is unseen here, perhaps usage of, you said evaporate, yes?
Yes.
Perhaps it is used to change or add an effect requiring a certain system of chemicals that are not here or were here or will be here. I cannot be certain. I haven't been able to observe the components of this apparatus specifically.
And
Mr. Casper, are you familiar with any of these chemicals or any of the devices here? This is commonly used for distillation, but I do not know if it is necessarily for imbibing.
Yeah, can I take a look and see if I recognize any of this stuff?
You're talking about like the pipes and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like...
Yeah, the equipment, I mean, you recognize it as some distilling equipment, but, it's very common. But there are definitely some oddities about it, particularly in, like, what seems to be hanging off of one of the pipes inside one of the devices. We'll just assume for a second that you safely took distance, etc., lifted a lid, looked in real quick or something. You can see that there is a bluish, like, very cheap-looking crystal, like a glass crystal in a couple of these things. That seems to be the only thing that's really different.
can't hear you.
It's because I'm mumbling. I escape myself every single time we play. Right, I don't know exactly what you would do putting this in something you were planning to drink. I don't think it would be, dissolved enough to infuse anything into it, so it's got to be, crystals and the like are more likely to be engaged with the spiritual side of things. If that barrel there was evaporating, though, it might stand to reason that that's where things started and point to the barrel at the other end and this is where they ended.
And Shahid,
But we're seeing it. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Shahid, you can see that barrel at the end. Again, it's filled with an equally viscous green liquid. You recognize it, but first, Ophelia, go ahead.
But what if it's not there? My planchette's not seeing it, but it saw it evaporate. So it was there. What if this is like an illusion? Like it's having us believe there's something there, but it was taken already.
Could be, but
I would be curious as to why anybody would want this goop to begin with. What is it made of again? Does anybody know? It's green.
Well, where you are, it would be clear. On the other side that you really can't see it, like Shahid can see it. And the fifth barrel, he can see that it's kind of green.
Oh, okay.
The barrels over here are green.
And that's when, Shahid, you recognize when that creature upstairs was damaged, some of it, like this, leaked out.
That creature from upstairs, when it became injured, it had this same vitae as this in color. I'm assuming in texture. Do you think perhaps this is its blood?
Blood? And they are purifying it for something? It all seems rather ceremonial, I suppose.
Shahid, when you take a look at over the desk, you can see, of course, there is a notebook there with copious notes that no one yet has opened.
Yeah, that's what I was literally walking over to. I was looking to see if there's any kind of schematic for exactly what we're looking at now that we have a basic concept. I see the book and I just open it up and I'm going to just start trying to flip through the pages and quickly trying to skim.
Steve, can I do an intelligence check to see if I can identify the chemicals, specifically, or perhaps to see the transition of what it would go based off of the piping, the temperatures it could get through, perhaps any other catalysts?
Yeah. Let's say, so you want like an overall picture of all 5 of these containers, what each of them do, or just as a general process and understand?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're going to spend probably maybe 5 minutes doing that. Is that cool?
That's absolutely fine.
Awesome. All right. So It's 23:51, so at 23:56 we'll get there. Alrighty. Shahid, you take a look at the notes, and you can see that there is definitely some oddities in here. There are references to distillation, absolutely, but it's really only when you take a look at the front of the book that you really begin getting at least a halfway decent understanding. The year is 1838, and I have been working on this now for quite some time, the distillation process of spirits from the dreamlands completely into this world. The process itself is sloppy, as my predecessors have once written. I seek to perfect it.
These are notes from 1838, the distillation of spirits from the dreamland. Does this sound familiar to anybody? Has anybody had experience with this dreamland?
No, that is unfamiliar.
1838, just as a reminder, is 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
What did you just say?
It's about 5 years ago?
Does that sound a little familiar?
Distillation process during the time that the asylum was allegedly closed forever, as well as a series of chaining events, including several of our deaths or arrivals, according to the strange events that have been coinciding with each other. A lot of probabilities to overlook. Give me one moment. I'm looking this over.
Shahid, you continue reading some notes?
Yes, absolutely.
Steve, just so you know, we can't see the portrait on the map. Like, the others can't view that portrait. I could see it, though.
I'm sorry, what portrait are you referring to?
The one that's on the ground?
No, there's no portrait on the ground. Oh, hit F5. Refresh your browser, because it should not be there. That was a test with an NPC that I had...
Well, that's what you in Minecraft looks like in my head now. So
because as it turns out, Casper is standing in front of a picture.
Yeah, no, I saw that one too, but there was also the man on the ground. That's who I thought was there, but it's just a portrait, but it's not. It's a test NPC. Now it's you in Minecraft. So he's a Chad. I don't even care if he's evil now or if he's good. All right, you're good now. Sorry. Carry on.
That's funny. That's funny. So Casper's been standing on top of that dude the entire time. That's funny. Yeah, you continue. Mm-hmm. The distillation process seems to have been something of a success. However, the test subject perished soon after.
Ooh. So apparently, the trial was a success. Save for the individual who they were attempting to do it to, who perished. So I guess their given effect happens, but the individual perished thereafter.
Wait, what trial? The test?
There's whole distillation of spirits from the dreamland. It seems as if they're trying to
resurrect spirits.
Well, they're almost like they're manifesting them. They're brewing them from they're taking them from the dreamlands. I try to get some more clarification by looking more in the book.
Yeah, and you do. And yeah, there are copious notes in here. Test subject 32 expired nearly as soon as the liquid had been put into his veins. Test subject 53, on the other hand, began to show signs. This is a considered success. In between, or show signs you can see of, and then there's some scratched out words or something along those lines. Look like some liquid had spilled on it. Turning over to the next page, you can see success. Body parts have been stitched together and completely reanimated. However, alive time is approximately 2.3 minutes. Then you can see further notes. The reanimation process continued. The notes end in the year, which is current, 1843. And in here, you can see that there are notes referring to various body parts that have been stitched together, the continuance of something having to do with putting all the body parts together. But you also see some scribbled notes in a very different handwriting that seem to question the findings that have already been written about. Why? Question mark. How is this supposed to benefit us? Question mark. You do find one last note on there that does kind of explain some other stuff, though. With the acquisition of the glass dagger within my galleries, I have at least been able to find that there is, in fact, a property about it that I have been missing all this time. It would seem that and you can see ... beast of a spirit that has claimed so much of what I own also wishes the dagger for itself. Fortunately, I managed to procure it and cast that thing into my servitude.
Mycroft.
What?
What about him?
The dagger, this place, everything was of his doing. These are his notes. He's the one who created this distillery. They're injecting this liquid into test subjects that have their body parts stitched together and thus reanimating.
Like upstairs?
Right. Much like the blood that we saw matched this last barrel. Mycroft knew about the dagger. Mycroft was attempting to use the dagger the way in which we were assuming, drawing the spirits out with said dagger. He said that there's a beast of a spirit that he was in competition with almost, and he was able to show dominance and therefore have it do his bidding. Like, all of this isn't bad enough. There's these notes on the side, and I pick up the book, and I'm gonna now walk over to the group to kind of show them a little. It's in a different handwriting, and it's questioning everything. How is this beneficial? Why? So, I dare to say, maybe this individual who decided to skewer me before addressing me, maybe it's their handwriting, maybe it's somebody else's. At least the questioning portions of it, because the main script in this is definitely Mycroft. And I actually turned the book over so they can see it if anybody wanted to grab it from me.
A small piece of paper comes out.
You
see a receipt of an import.
I pick it up.
It seems to be a handwritten note on a printed form, import-export type of form. In this case, it references one large blue crystal from the Black Hills to the south. You know the Black Hills happen to be what used to be the Dwarven Kingdom.
Large blue crystal from the Black Hills to the south. The Dwarven. Wait, are these the mines at Grungir? No. It's a receipt for import-export.
Of what?
Apparently a large blue crystal from the south, from the Black Hills.
It appears to have been received about mid last year.
Time frame mid last year.
And do you think that this gentleman perished is the one that wrote those skeptical comments?
I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but he's the only other person that would have been here, at least right now. What could he possibly have been doing?
Well, let's find out. And I'm going to cast Speak with the Dead on this guy.
You got it. And just as you begin to prep that, how long, what's the casting time on that?
Who knows? Who fucking knows?
Knows.
It's one action. You can do it whenever.
Perfect. Okay. While you begin talking to the dead over there or make your way over there, Renault, you've taken a good, hard, long look at this place. Or rather, at each of those 5 barrels. The from what you've been able to gather, there is something in each of those barrels that refines the distilling process. All of it has to do with some sort of like a chip of a blue crystal, but it is all very cheap glass looking. I'm assuming that you're not actually touching anything. But
Absolutely not.
yeah, okay, I figured as much. It's kind of hard to tell exactly what the process is because you've never come across it before. So you gave me an intelligence check. Let's couple that with an arcana and see if we can clarify it a little bit.
Arcana. 22.
Oh, fuck.
Great roll. Great roll.
Yeah. You. As soon as Shahid mentioned something about a blue crystal, you are looking at it. It's like the crystal. There is, in fact, a crystal at the bottom of the one that you are standing next to. But it's, It's the way that it refracts light is very similar to the surrounding liquid. Therefore, it almost completely disappears. But you can see that kind of same shape crystal can be found in each of them with a deeper and deeper blue as the time goes, or rather as the barrels increase over to the right. The one on the right-hand side is almost a beautiful, like very deep sapphire blue, almost like a midnight blue. So there is something that is transpiring there, and it all appears to have to do with those crystals inside.
Spirit meth. Got it. Mr. Constable Casper, Jephcots, do you have drugs? Are you familiar with drugs?
Do I have them? No. Am I familiar with them? Yeah, of course.
You wouldn't happen to know of any processes that make things that would make someone unalive?
I think of a lot of ways to make people unalive.
Specifically with the type of imbibing components that would cause the type of euphoric, almost otherworldly. The reason I ask is primarily because I want to know if I can tip this barrel over and not cause a catastrophe to get access to these blue crystals that are flirting a bit about.
Well, if I'm understanding, if I'm trying to piece everything together. Shahid said something about pulling spirits in from the dreamlands and refining them. Yeah. And
right.
You said that the green liquid came out of a creature, the creature we saw with my auntie's face in it.
Correct.
So I don't think these are drugs. I think they're making, sort of the spiritual equivalent of blood. I point at the, clear barrel. From my best reckon, would be whatever they're pulling in from the dreamlands, whatever that might be.
Renault, everything Casper just said totally tracks with all of your findings.
The real conclusion we have to come up with is what are they doing with this clear liquid?
Putting it into the bodies?
Making it into something that the bodies could accept, maybe?
Renault, you know that it's going from left to right. It's going from the clear into the green.
Yeah.
One moment, just pause over there on the right side of the room. Ophelia.
Mm-hmm.
So, you have 5 questions that it can answer vaguely. What would you like to know?
Oh. Okay, the whole time I'm doing this, I'm going to be, looking at Shahid to, get, feedback as I'm asking. Okay, so you are a skeptic of Mycroft's findings?
Questions.
Wait, what'd he say?
questions I have.
He has questions. Okay. What are your main doubts?
The efficiency process. I was tasked to improve efficiency. But the things they had me do do not work. I improved them.
Improved them. How? Is the process in its current state viable?
I have completed what I needed to do. It
Trapped.
works.
What works?
Everything I did.
And you can feel the spirit separate from its body and continue across the veil.
I get one more.
That was 5.
Wait! That was
5?
4. That was 4.
That was 4? Okay.
Yeah, I get one more. Come back over the veil.
Oh, sorry.
Your train's not for another fight.
You can't
He
move
hits a
on
wall.
yet. Platform 9, drat.
I'm fading away. You're right there. No, I promise, I'm fading away.
I'm not dead yet.
You will be soon.
Damn it. Okay.
Get on with it. I have a date tonight.
Damn. Okay. I need one more really good question. He's hard to answer. God damn it. I get 10 minutes with this, all right? I'll take my sweet time. What should I ask? Who has a good summarizing question for him?
Ask him why it...
Yeah. So
Where does
whatever
the
we
chemical
say,
go?
Don't you respond yet? Until you
No,
get to
no, I won't. No.
Okay. Yeah.
I was going to ask why the clear chemical is unacceptable. Why does it need refining? What's the purpose of the
Oh,
refining?
that's a good one. He might answer vaguely. Shahid or Renault, do you have a question? Maybe I can incorporate all of them.
I mean, my curiosity is
What is the ultimate purpose of the final solution?
that.
I don't think he can answer your questions, just mine. I'm the one speaking to him. But
That is what I'm trying to tell you.
oh, okay.
I could give you a vague answer for that he might give you too. The ultimate solution is to go into the bodies, yeah? The ultimate purpose of it.
That is true. He might just answer that. But he said he did it better, so perhaps we can find out what his result is?
Well, we do have this book, and as I'm glancing in the little black book and I'm looking in the margins, do I notice now that I know what I'm looking for because of what she's saying that he's crossed out more things and
Ooh.
almost had little notes on the side?
Yeah. He totally this guy was a total science nerd and perfected the process.
Yeah, he Half-Blood Prince this shit. I mean, he left his notes in the margins, so I'm assuming that as he was perfecting Mycroft's previous calculations, he made the adjustments here.
Okay.
But
Maybe
I'm more of the mindset of what Mr. Renault is saying. To what extent?
Yeah,
I mean, obviously
to what
to
ends?
reanimate. To what, like, for who? I mean, is it Mycroft? Is Mycroft? Why does Mycroft want to do this? Like, why does he
That's-
want? Like,
Is that sort of where you're going with Renault? Just like a end result of what is actually happening?
Yes.
Okay. I think I got one. All right. Gentlemen, sir, spirit. If it is Ewan Mycroft who is using... No. Forget all that. Where does Mycroft need to be in order for this experiment to occur?
Do not understand the question.
I need another one.
He's hanging around for this one.
Am I on the right track? We're trying to find out where we can find him, right? I'm asking them, the rest of them, Shahid and Renault. Like, we just kind of sort of want to get to Mycroft. We don't really need to ask this person about what's going on. We can ask Mycroft, correct?
You're
You're actually coming up on the end of your time.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. Okay. Where is Ewan Mycroft?
I do not know.
Damn it. Wait, can I cast at the same time? I don't know if I could do this. Can I cast Zone of Truth as he's answering to get his answer to change to something honest if he knows it?
That's really fucking cool. We're going to say... I mean...
Oh, wait. But is it... Can I do it on a dead person?
Let me see.
Amanda's nodding.
Question it. That's a really good one. Can you cast Zone of Truth on a spirit that is talking to you with Speak with Dead? You know what? That's so fucking ingenious. We have to allow it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not a concentration spell.
Right. It just lasts for 10 minutes.
Cool.
with burning incense.
So I'd like to cast that as he's like doing his fucking laugh to get him to answer truthfully.
Yeah, sure.
What? I still do not know. Fuck off.
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's
Okay, that was still really cool though. All right. I'll accept that.
Dude,
All right, enjoy your date.
That's how a lot of interrogations end.
Keep in mind that people ghosts or spirits under the influence of Speak with Dead cannot speculate about future events. Like, where are they now?
And interesting.
And if he didn't know it at the time of his death, he wouldn't know it now.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Get out of here, Zone of Truth. I don't want this. Hold on, let me just... Okay.
So that's up for 10 minutes.
Hey, it's the therapy zone. No lies allowed.
Well, if anybody wants to come over here, I've got about 10 minutes of honesty over here. If anybody has anything that they wish to divulge or...
Meanwhile, you notice that there is a laundry list of random shit, like completely mundane crap, that Shahid would that's a small piece of paper in his suit that matches the handwriting in the margins of the book. Hello?
I heard you. I think we all heard
So
you.
they match. So it was him. This writing.
Oh. So he figured out how to make it more efficient. He confirmed at least that that's you and Mycroft, even though you already did as well. I believed you, just it's nice to have a second opinion.
And he said
What's that?
he was hired to do that. It's not something he did out of professional curiosity.
Yes.
And we know that they now have access to... Can I look at the import-export receipt and see if it tells any sort of size on the crystal that
It shows
came
a,
in?
yeah, it shows a weight of 12 pounds.
This is a much heftier piece of crystal than what we've got floating around in these barrels. So,
Unless they broke it apart. I mean,
even still, they're like... Because the chips of crystal that we have in these barrels are small, you said, right, Steve?
Yeah, they all look like they've been chipped off.
So even split 5 ways, you're still getting a little over 2 pounds of crystal in each barrel. And it seems like real crystal, not some, glass bauble.
But, I mean,
They might
Renault
be
did
producing stuff.
mend the pipes in the town, in the rips. Could Renault not also mend crystal?
I think a very intense set of between the thermodynamics and of specifically the density and the glass-related series of physics. You would have to maybe. I don't know the actual properties of this type of crystal because it could be anywhere between a sucrose line or an actual glass line.
Shahid closes the book loudly and then hands it over to Renault.
Oh.
Oh, God. By the way, don't ask me to repeat anything that was written in that book, because I forgot to write that shit down.
Don't worry.
I wrote a lot of it down.
Oh,
As you were saying it, I was writing.
Bod Squad, write it out for us, please.
You got it.
Hit
What
me with my
if-
DMs.
So that may answer a lot of your questions, and this seems more fitting within your hands.
Is the crystal the same material as the dagger that's upstairs?
I believe it to be so.
So, did they carve a dagger out of this 12 pounds crystal
The
from
dagger
this
could
receipt?
very well be that.
They pared
Yes.
it down and then used the bits in here?
That's what I believe.
Is there a way, Renault, you've seen the dagger underneath the cube, or with the cube. Do you know its properties? Like, can you compare it to these crystals to confirm?
Its overall variations are much denser and very much difficult in comparison to a common glass or sucrose base.
Or you could do exactly what you just did with the barrel to the dagger if we can get a hold of it. If you could see the dagger, you could bend the time to go back to potentially its original form and confirm whether it was actually this form of solid crystal.
Can we? Okay, hear me out. I don't
Do you
want
have
to.
the dagger?
No, it's upstairs. But I used it because we were falling into a dark pit and I was desperate. I'm sorry. But I have an idea of how to retrieve it. Maybe it does utilize one of you, specifically Shahid. So bodily autonomy, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. But I used the dagger to pierce the stone so that I could get kept from falling. Could you use your fancy hand sticks to climb up the stone wall to get
Six.
the dagger?
Oh.
Your little knives, your little
Oh,
finger knives.
yes.
Can you do that? Can you climb walls?
I honestly have never consciously tried. I've
I
never
mean-
tried, period.
Perhaps we could try? You can stand on one of their shoulders.
I mean, depending on if I can break through the wall with them, sure. I mean,
I have a very small frame that's not going to work.
Also, might have a slight problem with jamming our hands into the bricks. If you remember a little bit ago, these bricks are all ghosts, yeah? or at least the ones upstairs were.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, that's right. The door ate your hand.
The door ate my hand. The bricks yelled at me. Yeah, it's been quite the day. And I really don't think we should go around stabbing bricks.
As he says that, Shahid takes one of the shards out of his pocket of the mirror shard, and I, looking over my shoulder at the wall,
Okay.
do I notice anything spiritual, or does it just look like a wall to me through the glass? Is there any kind of feeling?
Yeah.
of it?
No. You look over your shoulder. Let me get it out my notes.
Yeah, I pull one of these situations, so
Yeah.
I'd be looking like by Renault behind me.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, sweet. So you begin looking at your mirror shard over your shoulder at the wall. You can see there is an overlay of spiritual energy in it. But as you kind of back up a little bit to get closer to the wall and kind of like really kind of like press up against it so you can see that it's almost like an incomplete job. Like some of the spirit is within the brick. The brick apparently was pre-existing, and then it was infused with that energy. And in this location, it wasn't completely done.
So you're half right, Casper. There is brick. There is the original stonework by the original artisans. However, there's almost like a spiritual border in front of it, and it seems actually quite incomplete.
May I have an insight check with advantage, please?
Damn.
Shahid or everyone?
Shahid. Or actually, everyone. He said it out loud. He said spiritual border. Oh, thank God that was with.
Yeah.
Oh God, no, I wasn't listening.
16. Oh, let's go, Casper.
Natural 20.
He got us. Oh, nice. Casper fucking with the 25.
25, yeah.
Renault and I are just like whispering over in the corner.
Yeah, over there. That's his belly button. Shahid is. Shahid, you say spiritual borders or spiritual boundaries, right?
Yep, spiritual boundary. Yep.
Casper, in that moment, your mind just wandered a little bit. You remember some of the prisoners that you had put away and how some of them have turned into various things within Fallen Drift. And then he said that it's a fucking jail, or it's meant to protect those things inside. It is quite literally a spiritual border. It's not that the building was made out of spirits, it's that the building was infused with spirits.
So yeah, the bricks aren't made of ghosts, but somebody put the spirits into the bricks, either for regular custody or protective custody. This whole building, in addition to being whatever it is, a laboratory, an asylum, is also a spiritual prison of sorts.
Oh,
Well, remember, there was that ward that I saw before we fell.
so is he just keeping the spirits here to use at his disposal for experiments, to stick them into these bodies? And
Where's that coming from?
You
Did you
heard
hear
a
that?
door open from down the hall. It was distant.
I did not hear anything.
Yeah.
There was a
Renault runs right across under the. Like, oh, nope, nobody's gonna see me.
Renault, by the way, the portrait that you happen to be next to on the wall appears to be that of a woman. Older woman, gray hair, up in a bun, wearing a high collar that is that terminates in some ruffles. She has a very serious, matronly look about her.
Connected from the Sirenscape.
What's that?
I think I'm disconnected from the Sirenscape because I didn't hear anything.
Oh.
Oh, yep. Game
Me
Master me.
too. Oh, yeah, me too.
Oh. That's not good. Hold on.
No.
Well, I'll fix it up on my side.
Sure.
If you guys open up Sirenscape control panel, you guys are about to receive an invite. In the meantime, what are you guys doing?
Casper is like moving down the hallway.
Yeah, Shahid rushed down the hallway at a
Gun
fast, like a brisk walk.
Yeah, gun is drawn.
Okay, yep. You guys begin moving down there. There you go, Mike.
The door's open.
And
Kraus invited me to join your.
And Erin, there you go. Oh, Erin's not there. Okay. So you guys are going down the hall. Yes, that door is in fact open.
Casper, did you want to proceed? I'll go with.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing? Please,
We're gonna-
declare your actions.
Yeah, we're
moving
going
out
inside.
into the
Okay.
hallway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
As
post
you,
up on this corner. Yeah.
As you do, you can see somebody coming into view. He's standing there, like, looking at you, and his blade is drawn, and he's like, "Who are you?" He looks frightened as fuck.
I mean, he's got a sword out. I saw the guy stab Shahid before. I think I just shoot at him.
Okay. All right. Well, let's roll for Knishes. Okay. Fuck.
I'm being true to my character.
Yeah, murder hobos. Alrighty, initiative now being rolled. So we have here Ophelia gets to go first as soon as Ophelia comes back. And then one of them, and then Renault, and then two of them. Oh no, one of them's dead. Never mind. Let me remove that one. Yep, dead guy's not gonna fight. And then Shahid and Casper. So Ophelia, you get to go first.
Where am I? Hold on, I gotta move.
You're down below, yeah.
I assume I followed everybody, right?
We're assuming so, yeah.
Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Okay. What am I looking at?
Yeah,
You're
I'll
looking
back up
at
so you can go
a very
through.
frightened person holding a sword who just said, "Who are you?" And Casper said, "Enough talk."
Oh.
Decide to shoot him. Ophelia, you go first.
Oh, shit.
Although Casper hasn't yet shot. He's just drawing his gun.
I'm gonna take out my other boring dagger. Who are you? That's the end of my turn.
Well, I mean, it's a free action. You can do whatever the hell you want. But
Well,
but you are done there?
I'm not gonna attack him if he's not attacking me.
Okay. All right. No problem. Jesus. Okay. Hold on. Let me. Fucking. I love you.
Wow. Okay. I'm just letting you know that there are other people.
Yeah. No, that's true. You see somebody else coming out as well, and then standing behind him, and then he kind of pushes him aside just a little to pass him, and he comes over. State your name and purposes, otherwise you shall leave this place disassembled.
I don't want that. Ophelia Moore. Hello. Purpose is I fell in.
Excellent.
I don't like that answer.
Feeling pretty good about my decision right about now.
Yes.
He's not doing anything more. Renault, go ahead. You are
Muted,
muted.
buddy.
Muted.
Renault is against this wall, watching everybody. He can't be seen by the dude. He knows the voice is there, so he is standing by and waiting my turn. My next turn.
Okay, you got it. All right, not a problem.
Okay.
The other one, he just kind of slips in over there, and Shahid, you go, and then Casper, you're on deck.
I love this round.
Shahid's actually gonna as soon as obviously we came up, we saw what happened.
Yeah.
I noticed the cultist, so he's already on high alert. I saw Casper draw the gun, but as soon as Ophelia, I was feeling very offensive, but as soon as Ophelia stated the claim to them of her name and they responded, Shahid is basically going to do a hold action. Basically what he starts doing is his hand just slowly start drifting down to his sides as the shadows start to slowly just start pulling in his direction, as if they're gonna like crawl up his legs and into his hands. I'm basically doing a hold action for an Eldritch Blast if they attack.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So he's actually like, he had full intent on doing something, but being that Ophelia stepped forward and they are not being aggressive, he is trying. He in his head is trying to prove something to himself.
Okay. So
he's actually hold actioning until if one of them attacks one of my players, I'm going to Eldritch Blast that individual.
Okay, so it's a ready action that you're...
A ready action. Yeah, hold action, ready action. Yep.
All right, cool. So as soon as one of them moves in an aggressive fashion, then you're going to go.
That's right.
Okay, you got it. All right. And Casper, you're up.
All right. As a bonus action on my turn, I would like to use my Insightful Fighting feature.
Okay.
Against the guy who went first.
The guy with the blade or the guy with the dagger?
The guy with the dagger.
Oh, the guy in front. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, him. So
fuck him. Yeah.
It's my insight against his deception.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
So I'll roll. I think I can just click Insightful. Oh no. So yeah.
He rolls a 20.
And I rolled a 20 as well. I'll just use a +1 from the hype train to put that to a 21.
Awesome.
So
fuck
now, for as long as I don't have disadvantage against him for a minute, I get to do my sneak attack damage.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna, same as Shahid, really. I'm gonna ready an action with my gun, like pointed at him. If he takes a step towards us, I'm firing.
You can see he's going to take a step towards you.
Oh, if I can see that, then I think I'm just gonna shoot him.
Yeah, so he's like, ah! He's just like, ha ha ha! I am evil, and therefore will kill you.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire at the guy that I used my Insightful Fighting on.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a thing.
Can Casper shoot? Not really.
AC 13. Oh man, it's going. You know the funny part is that his AC is in fact a 13.
Oh hey.
Yeah. So
hey, Yosemite, same hit.
There's
I did it.
Yeah, there's a bang. It reverberates.
Let me roll my sneak attack as well.
Oh yeah, it reverberates all through the whole. Jesus.
I rolled 15 on my sneak attack and 6 on my pistol shot for a total of 21.
He immediately falls back into the arms of the other guy in robes. He's not doing well at all. The shot just reverberates through all the halls. None too happy. Are you doing anything more?
I've used my bonus action and my standard action. I think I'm just gonna say, and you stay right there unless you want another.
All right, end your turn, please. And Ophelia, you're up at the top of round 2.
Okay.
Trench, I know. I shoot my system craps out.
I take a look at my knife, and I look at their very much longer knives, and I'm going to. Oh, can I do this? Hold on. I think I can do this. I'm going to. I'm going to cast Suggestion. Let me see. I think it's 30 feet. It's just a target. 30 feet.
Okay.
30 feet. And the one that he just shot, I don't know which one that was.
You don't.
So
okay.
The one that he just shot, I'm going to say like, yeah, you better stay there. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to look over my shoulder and see that Renault's looking a little bit frightened. And I'm going to say, It's all right. We could actually really use your skill set. Mine is pretty limited, and I'm gonna cast Bardic Inspiration on him.
Okay, did you cast
Suggestion.
You cast Suggestion and Bardic Inspiration?
Bardic
Yeah.
Inspiration is a classic.
That's a bonus action.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, never mind. Gotcha. Yes, thank you. Okay.
So
He has to roll a 1d4?
What? Who for the inspiration?
For the Bardic Inspiration.
No, that's a D8 actually.
Oh,
I
D8.
think.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see.
Seriously?
D8. A D8. I will actually find it in my features. Here it is.
There you go. Wow, dude. So you got 6.
Oh, I rolled it for you. Cool. That's neat that happens. So whenever you want, I guess it's 6. And yeah, so it's a DC 13 Wisdom save for the guy for suggestion.
You got it. And let me pull this. And it's the which one? The one that you get? The one in the front?
Yeah, the clear. I guess the clear. Yeah, I said the one that he shot at. So yeah.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Base of 14.
Great. That's the end of that. That's the end of my turn. Wait, I could do my thing. I could end my turn.
Yes, you can.
End turn. Yes.
You have no idea what kind of person we are. You have no idea what kind of thing that you're messing with. If you don't allow us to continue and stop meddling in our affairs, the hills will rise up here in Fallen Drift, and all of us will perish.
He's done. Renault, you're up. As he's clutching his wound.
Renault, after hearing him say the hells will rise up, are you... Oh, he's gonna make a move action if I can do the thing. Okay, I'll refresh and do the thing, it's fine. I'm gonna walk over to the hall and say, are you trying to stop hells from rising?
Are you deaf?
Partially, in this side of my ears.
Somebody clip that.
You have no idea. The mission that we carry out is for the greater good of all above. You come down here as interlopers, okay, on private property. And then you open fire on innocents. What do you think we're doing? Trying to save a city. And you come down here with your ignorance and try to put an end to good science.
Let's be more specific about the good science part. Maybe we can use science to stop the bullet hole in your chest.
Also, we fell in.
That is medical, and also you assumed we came down here of our own volition. The secondary thing you should consider is it is an accidental thing, and from there it spirals into a series of unfortunate events. Nonetheless, what are you talking about in terms of stopping a greater evil?
You see the guy behind him is like holding onto him and trying to apply pressure to the wound. And as he does so, it's like, and you see blood coming out of the guy's mouth. He's not understanding anything you said.
Okay, gurgling does count, so I'll move along. For you there, sir. You heard me, yes?
He looks up at you, completely frightened, looks down at the man that he's holding, and with his free hand, like, slowly reaches into a pouch that is on the guy's side, fiddles around a little bit. The guy's head, like, lolls back and he says something to him, and the guy, like, pulls his hand out. Nothing is apparently in it, but he has a clenched fist, and he shows his palm to the guy, and the guy reaches up, and you can see he has a small ampule of like glass in his hand with some kind of liquid in it. He snaps the
No! I'm gonna go.
top.
I don't want him to do it.
What did you want to do?
I don't want him to do it.
Okay, well, you can want all you want, but what action are you taking to prevent him from doing it?
Oh, we're in combat, so I can't.
That is correct. Okay, so he snaps the top off and drinks it. And the man just holds him tight. And it's,
You have started a war that's been dead for 150.
you see foam coming out of his mouth, and the guy just dies.
We started a war.
One of these guys stabbed Shahid.
Literally, as I turned the corner.
And he threatened to dismember us. Like, let's not forget. He said if we didn't tell him who we were, he'd send us out of here in pieces.
The other guy puts the body down. He stands up. His blade is like pointed down at the ground, loosely held onto by a limp hand.
You started something that you can't end. And you have no idea what will happen to you now.
And he does himself in.
Does it make any sense to you how we started a war by falling into a hole?
Yeah, we fell into a hole. You got stabbed. He threatened to dismember us.
I
But it's
fixed the
awful.
plumbing.
You fixed the plumbing. By all accounts, we've done pretty well on
So-
following the straight and narrow.
So I shouldn't cast like speak with dead on them,
I mean,
correct? There's no need.
they'll probably just curse at us a bunch.
All right. Well, should we go through the door that they walked in from?
Yeah, probably.
It could be a way out.
Should
Why
see
not?
if they got anything on them, though.
Yeah, you go over to their bodies. They have some stuff on them. The guy in the front who died first, he's got a pistol on him. He has a dagger. He also has leather armor that's pretty done up fairly well. Very modern looking. It looks like a vest with a little bit of an epaulette, and then, or not an epaulette, a little bit of like a leather pauldron over the shoulders, and then it comes down into like leather sleeves. It actually does look pretty cool, and it's thicker than deerskin, but not as thick as like cow leather.
He seems a bit bigger than me. Maybe he'll fit. Anybody want some armor? I mean, I could take it in, but
Thank you. Not touching the cultists' scarves.
Oh, yeah.
They were already a little off
you can
originally.
be a little resourceful when you're in Fallen Drift. You can't just let good leather go to waste.
It looks like that it would fit you. It's medium size.
I'm gonna. Oh, okay, I'll just start like undressing.
You're okay.
Hold on one moment. I'm just gonna. Ugh,
Okay,
reach
so
around. Okay, get the laces. Oh, look at this. This is nice. Shimmy it off his body. It's
Okay.
all right.
Push
Looks-
that patch over the bullet hole.
and now you put it on.
Yeah, why not? I'll just like kind of put it on loosely, like a loose vest. I'm not like
Yeah, there's blood all on the inside.
that. I've literally was like I touched a ghost yesterday. I think I'm fine.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, fair. That's totally fair. All right. I should know better.
I'm a
I should
lady. I
really
think I'm very intimately familiar with blood. Thank you.
Very well. Right on.
Hold up his pistol and be like, does anybody need this?
A pistol?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
No? I don't need two.
Oh,
Yeah.
if no one's offering, I'll take it. I've had my way around a gun before.
Yeah, doesn't hurt to have.
I'll take the gun too.
All righty then.
This is a good day.
Okay.
Oh, does he have his unopened little poison pill?
Unopened?
Yeah, the one guy had one. Does he have a poison pill too?
No, he does not.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. I mean, I'm gonna look down at his sword that I was able to like pull the armor through. The sword's still in his body. Does anybody want a sword? I could take it out of him. It'll be a little bloody, Renault, but I mean, it's a sword.
No, thank you.
I got one.
You have a
As
sword?
Miss Moore's like totally like
Picked it up at the intelligence.
having her way with these bodies as she should.
Fucking sus.
Shahid's actually getting a better look now at their actual robes that they're wearing.
Yeah.
Does it feel reminiscent to me of the vision that we had of the Battle of Lugrid Park 150 years ago?
No.
I was just curious if maybe it looked like they were attempting to mock the attire to pay homage. Or something of those lines.
These look like a thick, almost like a cotton canvas. They're actually pretty thick and in a way kind of act as padded armor.
More armor. And it looks like one size fits most, so.
As she says that, I actually look at the neck. Is there any kind of tag or anything on there?
Is there like a manufacturer's tag?
Yeah,
Made in
it's like kind of
Coltrek.
awkward that all these guys are like all in the same attire. So it's like, so if this isn't a uniform, like where are they getting this from somewhere? Or like, did they go to the
Tailor.
store and say, hey, we need about 20 of these Johns? Like, can we just wrap these up and go? You're like,
They bought it at Old Navy, but
it's not like clearance, like 3 for $5, or 5 for 3,
No.
He's really just looking for like any kind of distinguishing marks, maker's marks, or anything that may discern it as anything more than just like
it's standard fucking attire. It's just like general issue Mutria.
Kobold's closet.
Kobold's closet.
yeah, these are off the rack. There's definitely a dude that has
tunics,
like a
pantyhose.
Hold on. Oh, no.
His shoulders really well, but it's a little too short for him.
Kobold's closet just became its own fucking thing. That's canon. Kobold's and you know it's KLOSET.
Of course it is. You gotta do the alliteration.
The K is backwards.
Yeah, the K. Yeah, all right. Oh, there we go. That's awesome. All right, cool.
My God.
Okay, done. Kobold's closet. Wait. Yeah, I have a voice for the proprietor. Okay, we're good.
I do a lot of my shopping there.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna workshop it. I'm just gonna do it someday.
Is it A.S. Cummings? I hate you. Most curious.
Most curious.
I can't. Nope. Unsubscribe. Who wants my subscription?
A left subscriber.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that's awesome.
Goodbye there.
Bye, man.
Hello there.
All right, Jesus. Okay, so I have this new bloody leather
Jeez.
and a new gun. Does anybody want? I feel a little like I've just looted. Is this what a loot is?
Yeah, this is looting. If I had my old jacket, we could put some evidence tags on these, and it would be gathering evidence. But this is just a good old rips looting. Yeah.
Looting, in my profession, we call it archaeology.
Yeah, it's very recent.
It's old, right? This ancient. It's archaeology.
This pistol
You're fine.
looks.
It's acceptable acquisition. All right, I don't feel so bad. He wasn't going to use it anymore, How many people fall down this pit, do you think? I mean, we all did at one time, so I suppose the average kind of gets a little skewed, but
we're an outlier. Yeah, you don't count us.
Speaking of, the dagger is still in the hole above if you are interested in that.
Oh, should we go back and get it really quick? I feel like now that we have met 2 people in the similar clothing threatening us with a war that we did not start, we should probably get that dagger.
Do we think that we're going to run into more of these guys down here?
Yes.
We very well might. Nobody.
We
there's
want
still
to
more.
see if we can make these robes presentable.
And be them?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know
even if they
women are allowed in this club, so...
Even if they would recognize each other by sight, it might give us just a moment's hesitation that, could mean a
Well,
great
there
deal.
are
Like,
3 robes. There's 2 here and 1 down below.
I mean, gentlemen, please be my guest. I know I'm the charlatan of the group, but I'd love to see you all try to carry out a top act.
What was the challenge?
Wear these robes and pretend to be cultists. What do you say?
Oh, that's easy. There was a well, you probably called them plays, but there was a rendition of a cultist where they had to make sure that. There was an alien. His name was Mo. I don't want to get into it. Yes, I can do it. I'll try.
Okay, great. While you are doing that, I might try to go back and get the dagger. I'll take like a rock or something. I'll roll it. I don't know.
But I don't think you should go alone.
Well, I mean, I don't really mind. It's just down the hall. It's like literally right here. It's just how many feet do you think?
15.
And this is when Steve's computer entered the realm of chaos. But we now return you to a regularly scheduled program.
While you were gone, we did do a lot of planning, Steve.
Did you? Awesome.
We're gonna put on these robes and join the cult.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
Yes, we all have our sacrifices.
Well,
right?
yeah, you have. All
I
right,
started
so
writing up a little membership card just for myself.
all right, that totally fucking works. Okay.
I hear it. The horns.
The horns of the demons are calling. The end of time is here.
Alrighty, so you guys managed to get like about two. You guys managed to get about 2.5 robes out of it, and that's yeah, about 2.5 because the other one, Shahid's tentacles or whatever, like ripped that dude to fucking shreds, and yeah, and so you have like 2.5 robes.
Well, first
Sometimes
we're gonna
should
go
be
get
like that.
the dagger, right? Getting
What?
the dagger.
Well, yeah. That's while you're off gallivanting towards the dagger.
No. I'm in character.
I apologize. I shall be also in character.
We're getting the dagger, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
We should do that first. Yes.
Yes. I feel like it'll be a little trickier to climb if we're in 2.5 robes.
We can, have a little sartorial adventure afterward.
Perhaps
Okay.
if you use the half one as a means of like a rope, we can bind that together and take a couple of strips and tie them together. It'll be a little easier.
Might be able to-
I have a device that could, if there is an end or any irregularity in the stone structure of the hole, I could throw it up there and it could loop through and we can have a fine tether for it.
Oh. Okay.
I'm sure you don't have grappling hooks here. Never mind. It's fine.
Couple of hooks.
Oh yes. Oh well.
I don't have one with me.
We don't have one.
Yeah.
Oh well. All right. Well,
They exist.
maybe not
We
as
could get-
advanced.
Just Well, yeah. What do you mean? It's a how
Oh,
advanced
well,
can you get with it? It's a metal hook on a rope. You swing it and you chuck it.
Oh no, we don't swing it. We shoot it out of a gun.
Oh.
I mean, that's like legit.
How do you manage that?
Fine engineering.
That means you don't know. All right.
Casper's looking at his gun. Like, where would it even?
Who can I get on some shoulders, please?
I can try.
With my terrible scores, absolutely not.
Yeah, I'll do my best to give a hand, but strength is not exactly what this build is optimized for.
Word.
Alrighty. Let's see. So, Ophelia, upon whose shoulders are you now standing?
Whoever has the highest strength stat.
Somebody.
No, that's definitely not me. I'm pretty sure I have a -1 in strength.
Mr. Shahid, you swing and hit rocks relatively hard. I think you would be sufficient in terms of strength.
I mean, I'll try my best. Absolutely.
Right. I just mind the. I'm gonna start climbing up you.
Yeah, like
Mind the skirts. Mind the skirts.
Mind the skirts.
He noticeably keeps his head like down to his chin, like absolutely. He's trying to like hold like your boot and ankles, like.
I'm gonna kind of gather my skirts up so you have some breathing room. All right. It's a little wobbly. You're standing on coins and everything, but I'm gonna see if you could just give me a push up, and if I fall, I'll fall on you, so it won't hurt me so much.
Right.
Ready?
And he's gonna try to hoist on the count of lift.
Okay. I'm gonna try to jump up and see if I can grab that. The ledge.
So there is the somehow, some way. All right. First off, give me a bunch of athletics checks.
Sure.
Let's see what we have. Okay, so we have Ophelia just vomited athletics checks.
You said a bunch. Give me a bunch.
No, I meant one for you, one.
Oh. I thought you were gonna have
I'm a round building.
Ophelia is just yeah, I'm gonna do a backflip, and then I'm gonna climb the wall, and then I'm
My first one was a 14, but I'm gonna add, what do we get, a level 4, Amanda?
6.
Okay, so I'm gonna add my 4
You're
to
gonna
make it 18.
Okay. And I literally got the same thing. 14. I'm gonna add my 4 for an 18.
I got a 21.
And you said strength was in your strong suit.
and therefore, fuck everyone. I'm not doing
strength,
dick.
but I'm proficient with athletics.
Okay, cool. All right. Either way, so there's that black circle up there that fills the lip of the hole that's 15 feet wide.
Oh, quite you.
And you're coming very close.
I'm not afraid of you.
Should be a little.
I'm allowed to go through it, right?
Yeah, there was just those runes were just a ward for a demon, and to actually make those sounds that we're hearing, which is why I'm telling it to shut up.
Okay, I've made some mistakes in my life, but I'm no demon. All right.
Wow.
I'll just keep trying to climb it.
Yeah. You managed to get all of you managed to get a little bit of a boost until she's about 12 feet in the air, and your fingertips are now very close to it, and your head is like a foot and a half away from it. What part of your body is going through first?
My hand. Oh.
How?
Nothing.
I don't know how it is. The body.
Your hand is on a piece of rope that's lassoing.
Oh, yes, I have a rope. The ropes
The
going
ropes.
up through it? Am I not allowed to go through this? I thought I was allowed to go through this as long as I'm not a demon.
You are. Where's the? Yeah, but I'm just asking. I need.
You've
to
asked
know.
me twice now, so now I'm suspicious. A finger. I'm gonna put a finger up, and I'll make it my pinky. Tip of my pinky.
You can feel like a static, but it's your pinky. Like you pull it back real quick, you take a look, and it's like the hair on your fingers kind of like a little standing up, but it seems to be okay.
Eh?
Yeah, you start like putting your whole hand up there. You pull it out real quick, take a look. Everything seems to be okay so far.
Having your
Okay.
hands in bees.
My hand looks fine to you, all right?
Not the best angle.
I'll tell you. They look fine.
Move the skirt and put it. Yeah.
All right, and I'm gonna go. Off we go. Jump up
Yeah.
to grab the lip.
Yeah, you all right? Give me an athletics check.
All right, I hope I don't fall on some squishy humans.
Oh, that's a
Jesus!
5.
I'm gonna use an urchin. Bye.
You got it.
19.
Okay. Yeah, 4 of them. Yeah, go ahead. That's a 19. So Shahid, you feel the thunk, and like all of the weight as she goes diving in, and then all you see is like the upper portion, like from shoulders up, is gone inside the hole, and Ophelia's just like, wow, just like dangling there.
One moment. This is rather a weird sensation happening across my middle.
Ophelia, you have a notion that the dagger should be somewhere here. However, when you get your head through there, it's like and there's all sorts of weird languages and all. You for give me a perception check, please.
16.
16.
Yeah.
You want to put anything into that?
I mean, you asked, so of course I do. I'll put the 3 in to make it 19. I'll put the 3 and the 1 in to make it 20.
Even
Thank
numbers.
you. Yeah, even numbers. It usually goes off a base of 5s, like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
All
30.
right.
You hold on. Is it that? Yeah, it is. Okay. You hear a din of voices across the city. Everyone, it just sounds like with how many there are, it's almost white noise. But as you come through, it's like this little razor thin lined barrier. There's a moment when you hear every fucking voice in the city. You derive no information, and on top of that, and the loudest voice of them all is it's awful, and it sounds fucking horrifying. May I please have a DC 20 wisdom save?
Yes. I feel like I have something that will give me something for saves. Hold on. I just want to check really quick.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. I don't think I do. I thought I did, but never mind. I don't. Okay.
No. Yep. So give me the save.
Yep. Okay. Ooh. Kate. What was it? DC
20.
DC 20?
Yep.
Okay. I'm not even gonna. I can't re-roll that. There's no way I'm gonna get a 19.
Oh wow. Okay. So you can't. Okay. So you can't make a hard wisdom save.
No, I mean I can. It's just a +1.
Well,
so
okay. So you rolled it. So you got an 8.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do with that to get it up to 20?
I can't do anything to get it up to 20 unless I re-roll. But I'd rather not waste a re-roll if I have to get a 19 in order to get a wisdom save of 20. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I'd rather save those.
Okay. So no re-roll?
No.
Okay. All right. No problem. You're thunk. You finally get up there. You turn over to your left, and you can see the dagger is like probably within arm's reach. Why are you in this predicament? The last thing you recall was standing in the fucking park with your friends.
Shahid? Renault?
Yeah, Miss Moore. Do you see the dagger?
You hear nothing from down below, and you guys do not hear her. No sound is passing through that barrier.
But I can see her.
Oh, yeah. You totally see her feet. Her feet, yeah.
Where?
You see the glass dagger, and you're fucking hanging.
Oh, wait. What day is this? What day do I think it is?
You think it's like the 7th of last gather? I think it was like the 7th or the 6th.
So I know about the dagger.
Yeah.
Oh, I found a dagger.
You're also hanging off of a cliff.
Dagger. That's right. All right. Let me retcon that. What? I'm gonna kick my feet.
Yeah, her feet are starting to like. I mean, you guys know.
I think there's something wrong. I call to the guys. Her feet are kicking wildly.
I can't scream because
perhaps she is now beheaded.
I mean, she wouldn't. I don't think she'd be kicking this much if she was beheaded.
Well,
no.
My feet are like trying to like scrape up the toe of my boot. Is trying to like scrape up, trying to scramble up.
She seems to be trying to climb up.
Give me an athletics check.
Okay. 15.
You managed to grab the dagger?
I'm gonna keep trying to climb up because I don't want to fall.
Yeah, obviously, because you don't know what the hell is down below you. Give me another athletics check. It's a DC. Let's see, this one's hard. No, I'm going to say it's medium. I'm going to say it's like a 15.
Doesn't matter. I got a 7.
Okay. So you fall back down. And
Can I see her? Can I try to catch her?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a strength check. Or give me a strength save.
You got it. Because I definitely don't want to.
Or athletics. I mean, I'm honestly, it's going to be athletics, so.
Okay.
I got a dirty 20.
Oh, yeah. Thunk right in your arms.
What?
Wonderful catch.
There's more. Are you okay? You got the dagger.
What are we doing? What are you doing here?
What do you mean? And I put her down carefully. What do you mean?
What is this place?
Hey, this might be
What are you doing?
similar to what happened in the park.
Please
Where
tell
are
me you
we?
remember.
Ms. Law, what day is it?
The 7th?
It's the same exact thing that happened in the park.
What are you talking about?
It's the 9th.
What?
It's the 9th, but it's also like 1 a.m. on the 9th, so it's only 1 hour in, but yeah.
Oh, so I probably... It's
Yeah.
late on the 8th.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is this the thing? This is the thing that happened before with you and I.
Yeah,
Happened to you again.
Why did it happen to me again?
probably something to do with going up through the hole.
Oh, God, am I sick?
Oh, do you remember what we just did?
No. We were in the park, and now I'm in. Where are we? Why are the gold pieces on the ground?
Those belong to Randy. I wouldn't touch them.
Randy, who's Randy?
He's a demon, we think. That's our name.
God, what have we done over the past 2 days?
We're in the basement of the asylum, roughly.
This place looks a lot older than that.
Yeah, we fell through a hole down into this laboratory. We've been investigating it, and we have killed 3 people. You helped, I think.
I helped kill somebody. I've never done that before. I found the dagger.
Oh, excellent.
It was just lying there.
Yeah, you dropped it when we fell in the hole.
I never had it to begin with.
You did, but it's all right. We got it. We chased a kid across some rooftops, a rooftop,
Oh,
and got it.
okay. Well,
Maybe-
I have it back,
All right, yeah.
and we killed 3 people.
Well, 2 of them killed themselves, really.
Oh, that's unfortunate. So what are we doing here? We were here this whole time? For a while?
For a while, yeah. We've been investigating this laboratory.
Can I try to think if I recall anything? If I try really hard?
Sure.
What would that be? God.
Well, okay, so it's I'm gonna put it to you this way. You failed your save. This is the effect of the save. So as you go to concentrate on it, DM's gonna roll your save.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll it over here inside of this nice dice tray. Nope. I mean, it's like one of those hardline. This is bad. You have no memory of the past 24 hours.
Okay.
You don't know how you got here. You really are like you're racking your brain. You are trying everything that you possibly can. And unfortunately, there is no recourse.
Okay. No worries. I don't care. Ophelia definitely does.
Gentlemen, question.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to recall just because there's been so much that has happened in this recent. When you personally fell through this gap, did you feel a potential tug on your mind?
I felt a tug on my spine. Whatever pulled us down here
Well, right. I mean, you felt a physical, but I mean something that might be like triggering this escape. Clearly there's some kind of a border, the same as the spirit border that we had on these walls. That's right at, I'm assuming the crest right where the those runes are that I saw that are creating the ward. Now, to my knowledge, I don't believe a ward to ward off demons and a sigil to create sounds would have these type of adverse effects on one's mind.
Well, no, if this happened, Casper, you recall it happened to us just kind of seemed randomly we didn't fall through any hole.
But I feel as if, we were still at by the fountain in Ludgrave, and we know all that paranormal activity that's happened there and the residual haunts, if you will. Where I'm kind of going with this is I feel there's some kind of terrace that we're passing through, this ethereal terrace, if you will, that once a person passes through, it attempts to alter one's mind. I mean, it would make sense if this stone is some ancient construct, and this asylum was built on top. Ludgrave was a battlefield that then was built on top of.
So some manner of psychometry on an existential level has empowered this area to overlap the planes so that we could hide whatever events happened during the war.
Right.
Amazing how much you know about this, Mr. Shahid.
It's just really a bunch of things that I'm surmising based off what has happened to everybody around us. I mean, you and I, to my knowledge, have not been affected by such things, yet Casper has once, and unfortunately Ms. Moore has now twice. So we've witnessed this firsthand.
Mr. Casper, would you be willing to conduct an experiment?
Yeah, sure.
Would you come in contact with the blade? Mind you, you might miss a great deal of memory, but perhaps write yourself a note. Something that only you would know to read to assure that what I say, if you lose your memory, is proper. Well, write the note first.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't even know what Casper wrote, right? And that's information. I think he just writes down
something.
Renault is doing an experiment that could possibly affect our memory. Our auntie's name was Adelia Jephcots, and she had 7 cats. Then he just folds it up and puts it in his pocket.
Aww.
Okay. That's cool. That's really cool.
You want me to grab the dagger?
Just an experiment. Miss Moore, please use your viewing window to observe any residual effects, and I will be observing as well from over here.
I grab the handle of the dagger.
Okay. I lift my planchette up to look.
Okay.
Don't think
You okay?
Yeah, I don't feel anything.
Very strange.
Nothing occurs. It's everything. If anybody attempts to go through the hole, you've experienced the same thing as Ophelia. Other than that, everything else is completely normal.
Curious.
What does that mean?
Might have been a one-time thing that
There
happened.
There seems to be an overlap. Oh, I am sorry, Mr. Jephcots.
No, I was just saying there could have been something that happened up there that we couldn't have heard from down here. When you were up there shouting and kicking, we didn't hear nothing, and it seems that you didn't hear us shouting back up to you. So, if anything happened up there that could have caused this, we would have no way of knowing from down here, yeah? And the only person who would know, you, forgot.
Right, and I could only see through this darkness. Does anybody have a means to potentially dispel such a thing, or
No, I don't. What?
I was trying to recall and see if potentially with my studies of the old magics and things that I was asking back at the Intelligarium, if perhaps if we I guess the only thing I could think is this the sigil of the darkness, so that we'd at least see what's happening to monitor one another's safety, because only I can see through this.
Mhm.
Now, I don't necessarily think that's going to help as far as the mind is concerned, but at least there'll be more eyes than just mine observing one another. And I was thinking if we, like, kind of how on the top floors, when I saw that necromantic circle, when I was attempting to scratch the stone in order to break the perfect circle, because a lot of times in these ancient texts, if you did such things, the magics would turn off. So I was thinking maybe if we try to do that with the sit, but I don't know, that just kind of doesn't make any sense to me. But does, I don't know.
Perhaps, do we know who made this circle?
The only person who I could potentially think it's Mycroft.
And where's Mycroft? Do we know?
Well, you did ask that entity. Oh, you don't remember, right? There was you spoke with a spirit of a dead individual, and they didn't know where he was. Last I believe you said some time ago he was in his office, and which I would imagine him to be at.
I thought we looked in his office and saw other people in there, not him. Or was I wrong? Am I wrong?
Was that within my time of? I think I remember that, right? The clairvoyance, was that on the 7th?
That was yesterday in the park.
Shit! So I didn't.
Yeah,
That was hold on. Oh, that's a really good question. Hold on. That was Ophelia was doing that at nighttime. No, during the day, because business was still being conducted. Therefore, it was yesterday, and unfortunately, therefore, within the past.
But I distinctly remember her saying that he was speaking about import-exports, which is what rang the bell to me when I read the receipts, and it said that he got in that large blue crystal.
What?
So he was in the office at the time of her doing her clairvoyance.
Clairvoyance.
You did this.
You did it.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, apparently you can see. You used me as a conduit. I was describing my experiences and what I saw, and you were channeling in some fashion. And
I mean, I practiced a little bit at the Intelligarium, but I didn't actually know I could do it.
Yeah, you did so
completely.
quite
That's
effectively.
rather remarkable.
I thought so.
Okay, so he's not in his office? Is that what we're gathering from that?
I mean, I don't know. That last I remember was you doing that scrying of him, and he was in his office. So depending on the time of day, he might very well be there.
Well, what does that have to do with here, the basement of the asylum, with the sigils and these dead
I believe
people?
Casper was just asking if we knew where he was right now, and I was just because I believe that the book in which Mr. Renault's holding is his possession. The distillery was his, even though the occultists or these individuals with these robes.
Okay.
I had been writing notes within its binding, perfecting this serum to raise stitched together entities. That's what we had recently learned.
Like the creature upstairs.
Correct. Exactly like the creature upstairs.
So he's trying to create them?
He was trying to create them. He didn't perfect it. There was, I believe the book stated that he had several tests and they failed. There was only one that succeeded, but it only lasted for a couple of minutes. However, the gentleman whose entrails are back there told you that he, or I'm assuming he means this group, has perfected said serum, which are in some kind of vats back there.
Oh,
and it needs to be injected.
And to explain the cultist robes, this is a very strange circumstance.
It's a disguise in case we come across more.
Okay. All right. Do I get a robe? And why am I wearing armor?
Yeah, that's from one of the guys that killed themselves.
Do I have your gun?
No, that's a different gun.
That's
Whose gun?
I still have mine.
I don't own any guns. I mean, I own one at home,
You
but
do
it's
now. Congratulations.
oh. All right. I feel utterly useless. What can I do? I know how to shoot these. What do we need? What are we doing here with the robes and the?
Well, we fell in here and we've been investigating.
No, I know, but what's our purpose? Like, why are we wearing robes?
So that if these cultists show up, then we don't
get instantly attacked the way in which I was just stabbed through my abdomen with a scimitar.
You were stabbed. Okay.
Don't worry. You should.
He looks down at his midsection. You still see that his shirt is tore and blood is coagulated.
I don't know what is going on. I feel like if I ask more questions, I'm just going to have 1,000 more to follow up. How do we get out of here if we can't go up?
We saw a staircase a while back that we haven't
Correct.
checked. There's still more down here, but because there's still the hallway with the scythe where the guys came out of.
Hallway with the scythe. I'm going to push past you guys to go. I didn't even open this up yet. There you are. I'm going to push past, be like, what hallway with the scythe?
Hey, it's right down here. There's a...
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, these are I assume these half-naked bodies are what you all acquired your robes from.
Yeah.
I did nothing.
Is this scythe functioning?
Looks like it's meant to trigger then swing down, and it has been triggered but not reset.
There's a door over here.
Yeah, that's where these guys came out of.
Should we go investigate, or?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, perhaps I shouldn't go first. I'm not wearing the robes.
Yeah.
Do one of you gents in the robes want to go first, or do you want me to lead the way?
I'll peek my head in first.
I will maintain the rear.
You take a look, and the first thing that you notice is that this is an incredibly large room. First off, you have about 10 to 15 feet of 5-foot hallway directly in front of you beyond the door. It then opens up into a room that is easily 25, 30 feet wide and a little bit more than that deep. On the left of center in the room, in between 4 pillars that are acting to hold up the about 10-foot ceiling, about 10, 12-foot ceiling, you can see a pile of stuff, which includes shards of blue glass. As you enter in, you can see that there are also tons of bookcases with scrolls and other research equipment within.
I wave the others in.
It
Anybody
appears to be
here?
unoccupied.
No, I think we're clear.
What is this mess?
Oh dear. Oh, many notes. I'm sure filled with useless information based off of anything overall compiling.
Give me is it investigation?
Yep.
Yeah. That's the thing.
I'm totally tossed. Give me an investigation.
19.
Ooh.
Nice. So with a 19, you find references. I wrote all this down, and then Kobold's Closet totally took me for a spin.
Attractive.
Kobold's Closet.
Yeah, like where the fuck are? Hold on, I wrote everything down. Hold on, where the hell is it? Oh, there it is. Okay,
It's
cool.
actually just a whole
These are
sheet
all
of you
pamphlets for
scribbling
Kobold Closet?
Kobold's Closet.
So, yeah, you find some writings. Renault, where are you? You're in the middle of the room.
Yep, I was gonna go towards this little right side, and then you taught me roll, so I...
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, cool. So, what did you get again?
19 for investigation. I'll use a +1 to make it 20.
Yes, get that hard DC out of the way. Renault, you have a okay, cool. So Renault, you have a 2, 3, and a 4 left. Shahid, 1, 2, 3. Casper, 2, 3, and 4, and Ophelia, a 2. And the party has 3 urchins. Renault, you go there and you can see that there are a lot of books about crystals in general.
My overall knowledge on crystal technology is that they have lattices, things that are used in things known as fiber optics and proper light refraction, and based off of the issues that we're having with seeing into the other portions of the world, I could surmise that maybe there are energy signatures within this that they develop that make it so that they can have different occurring reactions.
What does crystals have to do with anything?
Oh, there were in the you've forgotten. There are things in the back. They are part of a distillation process that makes, I'm assuming, demon blood or undead ichor.
It turns souls from a place or something called the Dreamlands into the green blood that was in the creature that we ran into upstairs a few days ago.
When the 3 of you enter into the upper portion of that room and you look off to the right side, you can see a very small desk that has a bunch of folded up paper on the left side. Exactly, Casper, as you step on that, you can see discarded shards of crystals. You see a small notebook, but you also see what appears to be small tools. It's not depicted on the map, I apologize, but you see small tools as well as a chunk of crystal broken up into smaller pieces. There is writing open, or there is writing on the page of the open book.
Yeah, I'm going to read that.
A precise cleft results in the exact purpose of the crystal. This much we have been able to discern. It appears that when carved, no expected results can be had. But if one can find the natural fault within it and seek that, then one can create a crystal of a very specific purpose. This is most intriguing, as it is the crystal that contains the purpose. Therefore, we do not define it.
Renault, you might want to read this. It sounds like something you might say.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I think there's no fault. It's just this was their first issue. They had no control group. They had no way of defining whether or not they could work off of a baseline. Huh. Well, this poor science, whatever this group is, I guess it's good in our case. If they had good science, then they would have been successful in whatever means they had. And also good for us, because we've met them at a certain point where we could probably figure it out and prevent them from going further. Or do we want to prevent them from going further?
I can't imagine any group that's making creatures like the one upstairs would
Well-
be something we want to allow.
Dr. Orias.
Hang on. Oh,
What about him?
That Loxodon, I believe he called himself, Dr. Orias. Remember, he rubbed us wrong. Especially when I walked by and witnessed, I believe, something very close to our friends that was upstairs behind that closed curtain. And he was saying how they respect their patients' privacy.
Oh, I see where you're going with this. I think the only suspicious thing about him is that he's a tailor and an elephant. But I don't think he's the one that's... what do you suppose? That he's the one creating these creatures?
Well, he could at least give us answers. He wasn't so forthcoming when we just glanced at it. He could have pretty much explained anything he wanted to, but he just decided to shut us out at that point in time and was extremely uncomfortable with the fact that I even looked over in the direction. I mean, it's not like I pulled back the curtain, I simply was walking by. However, it just seems like there's no such thing as irony in Fallen Drift. And the fact that there's an issue with this and there's a supposed war that's going to occur because of it, what happens if us starting it, they meant the Intelligarium? Maybe they knew in some way that we were a part of the Intelligarium.
I appreciate your dedication and your skepticism, Mr. Shahid. However, they've been conducting experiments underground for 70 years, they said. So it could be a number of things. Clearly, this group is not the only one that's performing. So we have a scientist right here who's doing... What are you doing?
An analyst. I'm doing a base analyst.
See? We're doing an analysis of something.
Yes.
We're scientists by proxy. I mean, we should be suspicious of our own selves. That logic that...
I am.
Okay.
Especially with everything that's been going on lately, I'm exceptionally suspicious of my own memories and perceptions.
Oh.
Are you not?
No.
Not to put too fine a point on things, less than 15 minutes ago you lost a full day.
You're right. That's a very good point. I don't like what's going on in my own brain right now. But I don't think the Elephant Man is...
Loxodon.
Yes. I don't think he's the one doing this.
Oh, I don't necessarily think that he's doing this per se, as much as he has pertinent information that may clarify some things for us.
Can I drop a bit of information on this as I was attempting to? It seems that I'm not sure who remembers anything, but when we were in the alleyway, there was visions of two very scary things encountered to one another. There were the demon-like creatures, and then there were the horrible spirit-like creatures, and it seems that they were at war.
The Randys and the Newmans, right?
Yeah, yes.
The who?
The Randys and the Newmans. It's the names we gave them.
Those are ridiculous names. Who gave them those?
Would you rather say their real names and
No.
possibly
No.
Oh, no, don't do that. That's...
So Randys and Newmans. I think you did.
I would
Yeah,
never.
you actually did name it Randy.
Randy is a ridiculous name, and so is Newman. But, all right. Anyways, sorry, Renault. What were you saying?
I know a little orphan by the name of Newman. He likes my cherry drink. Anyway, the first thing that we have to realize is we came down here and noticed an experiment that was less than ethical, and there's a group trying to stop the other group. The Randys are trying to stop the Newmans and the Randys. Both of them are not necessarily ethical or aiding in the morale of the people who have free will above and all of Fellendrift. So, are we going to have to side with one of them?
That's a
In
hard
any
pill to
conflict
swallow.
that involves the people of Fallen Drift, I've consistently found myself siding with the people of Fallen Drift.
Yes. However, judging by the fact that I am now wearing cultist robes in an attempt to infiltrate their ranks to find out more information, to get a better understanding of how to approach the entire situation, I think we should have a great deal of discussion in relation to this.
Okay, are we on a time crunch? You said that we killed people.
Everyone who we killed is dead, so assumedly not.
Everyone that we killed is dead. I am glad of that.
Unless you look through your planchette and they're actually behind me.
I will absolutely not be doing that.
Thank you.
Is there another room? Is there like a hidden...
We haven't checked around the entire facility yet, so I would assume so.
The end of this hallway sort of cuts off into a pit. There's more hallway on the other side, but we'd have to find a way over.
Completely over pits.
Taking a look at the rest of this room as you guys leave, the ultimate purpose of those within it and the room itself seems to have been the experimentation on the crystals.
Right.
So yeah, this seems to be like the processing facility for that, for those things.
Oh, Renault, do you want to take their little set of tools there with us?
They seem crude by comparison, but they could be worthwhile in maybe ore smithing, perhaps.
They could be specially crafted to handle such materials as the crystal.
I was going to say it's less about us having them and more about them not having them.
Oh, that'll work.
You can consider this a jeweler's kit.
Got it.
I mean,
Steve, are there any other notes? Do I need to investigate some more? I just want to get the primary, finished product notes of the things that are in here and have them for myself.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems to be more about mineralogy and, things
gemology
like that.
And
gemology. Thank you. Yeah.
No, gotcha. All right, cool. I'm gonna add those to the inventory, and I'm going to follow everyone else out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wait, I went back.
Oh.
This big chunk, does it look like the same material as the knife?
Yeah.
Oh.
This big chunk looks like... I'm going to take the knife out, kind of compare the two.
Definitely the knife is so much more polished and finished, but looking at it and comparing that, or now also taking those notes from the book into account, you can see that the knife blade itself is a natural occurrence within the gem, and that it was cleft this way mainly by chance.
Oh, I'm gonna gather it up there. Oh, hello, Renault.
Yes.
Look at this.
Oh,
I'm gonna
not so close.
I'm gonna hold the gem in my arms, and I'm gonna take the knife, and I'm gonna be like, look, it goes sort of. I'm not gonna put it in. I'm afraid of what would happen if I touch the two together. This knife is very.
You can carve
fickle.
it away.
It looks like a piece.
It does not look like a piece of what's there, but it does. But the blade itself is not carved, not molded, not smithied.
Look at the angles of the knife.
So it looks rudimentary, like an arcane, like a flint.
Yes,
it is not refined.
Exactly. It looks the same as the little the little broken bits kind of look the same together.
Do we want to bring that along with us? That would make sense. Perhaps bring it back to the Intelligarium.
Well, maybe they could do something with it. You said they had a distillery back there. Maybe they could use it to ferment other things instead of green. What'd you say, green goo?
Oh, I did not handle the green goo, but yes.
We can give it to the fairy that's back there. I think they were working as I'm walking out with you. Fucking with my amnesia.
Yeah. Let's get everyone out into the hall.
Okay, great.
All right.
Don't run into the thing.
You see broken blades and so much more. Shahid, give me a dex save. Ophelia, give me a dex save. Casper, Give me a dex save.
You know, I really should have not done that after I heard you say those two. Give me a dex save.
That would be a
Damn.
23.
22.
21.
Yeah.
Get a 20. Get a 20. Damn.
So there is you hear it click underfoot. If you guys still have Sirenscape open.
Oh, yeah.
You can hear it click underfoot, and then you hear something goes directly in front. Fortunately, the first sound, it's a blade that cascades down just like the hanging scythe there, only as opposed to going it vertically down the hall, it cross-sections it. Ophelia, you hear it click, you looked up, you saw a portion of the roof, or a portion of the ceiling kind of go like this a little bit, open up, and then all of a sudden this giant fucking scythe comes swinging out of it. Shahid, everyone move 5 feet in one direction.
Oh.
Good enough. So with that, this thing is now like, so it's broken. It's not going to reset. So right around, let me see, right around here, that's where it's now come to rest.
Right.
Get down.
Everyone's all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Fine.
You said that these traps were all triggered.
I said that one. I pointed the one behind us was triggered.
Okay. Well, let's just step around this one then.
At this point that we've triggered it, Shahid's looking down. Do I notice maybe that like there was like a trigger plate or something along those lines?
Yes, absolutely. The entire the two large stones on the ground, 5x5. That let's see. Yeah, they are both weight sensitive.
Okay. Is
But
there
now that
anything
you've
that's
stepped
more is there anything more telling of it that like
No, they're not even coming back up. They're kind of like stuck in like this offset position.
Got it. Oof. So mind your footing. It's pressure plates.
So the four of you come up against what appears to be an incredibly large pit. It's like 30 feet wide. And as you attempt to look around the corner, you can kind of see around. It's just it's just like a pit forever. You see no bottom, but you do see a door on the left side about 40 feet away.
Oh.
You also see a broken down portion of the wall adjacent to that across the way, and the beginning of a passage on the right-hand side, but about 20, 25 feet away.
Yeah. I don't exactly want to risk going over this pit and anything happening.
Do you think that there's, I mean, I would assume, or just imagine that there should be some sort of access, and perhaps like these traps, it's hidden. Are there pressure plates maybe on the walls?
There was something I wanted to check back in the room with the distillery, but we heard the door open up and ran out of there.
What did you want to check?
There was a portrait on the wall, and it seems like a bizarre piece of decoration to have in an underground laboratory.
Oh. Do you think there's like something hidden there?
Could be. I'm gonna go check.
I'll go with you. I'd like to see the distillery. I mean, I guess again, but I haven't actually.
Yeah, Casper's just
I don't remember it.
jogging off towards that room again.
Just kind of like
you go back
muttering
into the room.
Before Shahid follows, I'm gonna use a devil sight. I'm gonna look over the edge.
There's a bottom. It's about 10 feet down. No light, therefore it's completely dark. The whole thing is traversable. It's just a lot of rubble. Looks like the entire floor had caved in, probably due to like a sinkhole, because you can also see some water amongst the rocks down below.
He kind of, makes mental note of that and follows behind.
Okay.
I'm going to... Steve, can I move these bodies to the area where the trap went off?
Yeah, you're like over here?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. That's all I was gonna do in the meantime.
Okay.
Some foresight preparation in case we have company.
Sure.
What a peculiar space. This is the distillery. It's rather
The barrel's in the corner.
primitive. I thought it was some sort of like functioning warehouse, but it's just 5 barrels.
No, more of an experiment, a small scale proof of concept distillery, as it were.
Okay. This is the portrait?
Yeah. And I want to take a look at the portrait, see if there's anything abnormal about it.
Looks like a stately gentleman in a held position while somebody painted. Older, you're looking at about early 60s or so, which according to you, Shahid, would make this about like within the past 10 years or so based off of what little you know about him. You and Mycroft, as far as you know, was about 70 now, and he looks rather spry here, or at least for a 60-year-old. But where Shahid is, there's also another portrait, and this is of a matronly woman, gray hair up in a bun, high neck collar with a little bit of frill, dress entirely black, a look on her face that looks more like scorn and defiance against anybody that would dare to look at this portrait.
Can I take this portrait off the wall?
Sure.
Just comes right off?
Yeah.
All right.
Nothing behind it.
Bad hunch. Sorry, my bad.
All right. I see him do that, and I follow suit with a scornful face here.
Sure. Give me a history check, Shahid.
Yeah. Da, 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 da.
Oh,
7.
7?
Yes.
Not a clue who this could be.
Mm-mm. Mean mug, huh? I try to shimmy it off the wall and move it to the side to see if there's anything behind it.
Sure. Nothing there. Casper, give me a history check as you look at that photo, look at that painting.
Yeah, do you want to those and you can see it
Is
over
this
my
with
shoulder?
advantage or no?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's your special ability.
22.
Damn.
Yeah. You recognize that as Della Mycroft, who is the mother. She was the matriarch of the Mycroft family for a while. She died a number of years ago, leaving behind Ewan and Theo. Theo is the brother to Ewan, who is reported to have died under mysterious circumstances about 25 years ago. Della died of old age, and she basically told Death to fuck off. She died at the age of like 100 and probably 12. She's human. And she's human. Yeah. She just wouldn't go. And she was up and walking the entire time. She was just like, no.
But not driving, though, because that would be dangerous. You shouldn't do that.
Carriages are hard to maintain.
Ophelia knows exactly how dangerous carriages are.
I was going to make that joke and I held back.
Wow.
Oh,
I'm quick
good.
with it.
I really appreciate you all.
Only you can prevent carriage crashes.
I can't. I mean, with myself, my whole body.
With your whole frame.
Now, that is a interesting portrait to have down here, yeah?
Why?
Well, that's Della Mycroft. That's Ewan's mother. That's she
See
was
the
a
resemblance.
just ancient woman. Like she lived past 110.
Yeah.
Is that normal for...
No,
that's
no,
not normal
that's
for
not
you.
normal for us, especially
Okay.
not in Fallen Drift.
What's she doing here?
That's my curiosity. You see, she was, I mean, to call her spry would be, misleading, but for a 11-decade-old human, She was still moving around.
Wait a second. You all have been involved with Jeff now for a long time, and can I please have whichever is best for you, whether it be perception or investigation, whichever's best for you.
My investigation.
Everyone can do that.
God.
Well, Renault knows.
21.
Got 8.
And
I got a 28.
Nice. Shahid got 21. Renault at 28. Casper at 15.
Can I use my
Ophelia's...
+2 just to add ridiculous?
You want to do that? Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
you can.
I'm
Absolutely. All
30.
right, that's your +2. And Ophelia is still...
I'm just thinking about how I was not recalling anything for 2 days.
Okay. All right. Totally fair. So you guys look at these portraits, and this is one of the few times you have ever seen a portrait of a noble without their characteristic scars from all of the putrid diseases that the upper clans have, that the upper classes have. You and Mycroft has never apparently had any of those diseases at all. No one in the Mycrofts have had that. And it is a well-known fact that probably because, or at least the current belief is, because they never leave home, they just constantly breed disease in and amongst themselves in Hightown. And especially in the hive where the Mycrofts live. These portraits do not have any of that.
Louder, Mike.
Now here's a curiosity, yeah? 2 people of noble bearing who had never gotten any of the plague. Portraits down here in this laboratory.
Yeah?
Do we think that these might be... this is sort of a stab in the dark, but examples of successful treatments? Are they using, I point back at the green goo, that to, I don't know, extend people's longevity or keep the disease out of them?
Well, now I'm a little bit concerned because if they're using a mesh of people and testing on them and killing them if it doesn't work, like Ethan Long, then what's for, and the means and the ends of that is actually helping people. What kind of person is that?
Somebody who would kill other people as the means to help others?
Or themselves?
There was 53 attempts. 53 before the first success, according to that book in which... Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did. I'm drawing my gun again.
There sound of something down the hall, down by the body of the initial guy who ran Shahid through. Something was down there. Renault, you're the only one who has a clear view of that hall. Can I have a perception check, please?
23.
You see a child run through the wall, or rather come out of this wall right here. Can you see where I'm drawing on the map?
Yes.
Okay, the blue, and then come running up this way.
Constable, small child running from hole. Who's gonna point?
Just run that way.
You do. When you get down to the end of the hall, you look and you don't see it.
What happened?
It is a possibility that somewhere within my visual issues, oftentimes I see things that I shouldn't. I just saw an anomaly from that wall behind those barrels. infiltrate and a small child ran up the hallway.
Did it look
Shahid,
like the
you
small
remember?
child that we saw running in here?
I believe so, yes.
Did it sort of rip its way through or pull its way through?
It just ran through. There's no specificity. Again, it could be, the proximity to these chemicals, but I doubt that highly.
Was
The chemicals were
Wait,
upstairs. When we
Wait,
saw it earlier.
proximity to the chemicals.
Yes.
Oh no. There were broken shards in that office, weren't they?
Yes.
Grungir was telling me a story of the inhalation of those crystals could act as a hallucinogenic.
Can I have everyone making a wisdom save?
oh boy, I'm great at those.
Oh no.
Oh god, 12.
Thank the Lord. Nat 20 for a 24.
Yeah, dude.
I got a 9.
Wow.
Am I gonna double forget?
So, Shahid, you take a look.
Yeah.
What was the last thing you said? Something about the gas from the crystals?
I was saying that a Grungir had told me a story about when he was mining these crystals, the inhalation of them causes hallucinations.
Now give me a perception check.
Six.
You want an urchin on that?
Yeah, actually,
What?
I'll take an urchin on that.
Okay, go ahead.
2 left now.
Yep.
14, 50, 60. So what I'm going to do is buy 3, 2, and 1 on that
dude.
14
Okay.
to make it a 20.
Yeah, you can make it just a 15. That's fine.
Okay, then I'll do my 1 then for a 15.
Okay, so you still have your 2 and your 3.
Yeah, so I have my 2 and my 3.
Taking a look at the lids of some of those barrels back down the hall, you happen to be close enough to them.
But I was afraid of...
One of them is still slightly open.
Fuck! And I push it down.
Okay, and you can see a
Yeah, like...
yeah.
Are you all okay?
Apparently not.
I feel fine.
Yes.
The 3 of you, except for Shahid, the 3 of you, Eric is like, oh no! The 3 of you see in between you a figure in armor beginning to show. Their face is perpetually obscured by almost like heat waves. The distorted facial characteristics make it unidentifiable, even to the hair. It's that hair exists, but it's constantly wavering. It's almost shifting in and out of light. You can see, however, that the armor itself is actually very solid. It appears to be made out of brass, very old-fashioned, and what have you. Shahid, you remember Grungnir describing this very person, who then went
That he
thump.
saw on the other side. Right.
Yep, and then boom, then he wound up in Fallen Drift.
When the
You,
thing
yep, you see this person. Now, the 3 of you who do see this, you also understand you caught him in the middle of something. He seems to be bent over in kind of like a Princess Leia leaving a message in R2-D2 fashion, that projection. You see him manipulating something and then standing up and tapping whatever that thing was down and then zerks out.
What was that?
You find something? I didn't see.
And I saw this vision with the armor?
No, Shahid
Oh,
didn't
that's right.
see it.
Oh, that's right,
Renault
okay.
saw it.
Got you,
Ophelia
got you,
saw
got you.
it.
That's
And
right,
Casper saw it. Yeah.
Please tell me you're okay. And I start approaching.
There was somebody here. It wasn't a ghost though. I've seen those before.
Come again?
It was like right there.
There was a
There was an
Person-
individual. Yes.
Yeah, like right here between me and Renault.
Couldn't really tell anything upstairs.
The general description, they had an image, I believe. I may have been seeing something, but every time I see something, it has there's some importance.
One of these barrels, one of the pipes were loose, and I fear that you may have inhaled.
Nope. I am not. Nope. You cannot tell me I did not see what I just saw.
No,
I've lost about 2
There's
days time.
3 of you who saw it, and I did not. However, I don't know if you were affected because you inhaled that, or I wasn't, but I was closer than all of you, so I don't know.
Either way, there was a ambiguously shaped person there, not a ghost, right?
He was doing something. Maybe
It's like
Shahid,
bent over.
Miss Moore, if you want to take a look at the spot with the mirror and the planchette, see if they
Oh, right.
shed any light on the situation.
I want to lift my planchette up. Is there any sort of like thing happening there?
Where are you looking specifically?
Exactly where that person was.
Sure. You look, you can tell that there was a remnant of something, and it's almost like tracers when you're very tired or you've been dropping tabs. You can see like tracers of light or something.
Okay.
And it's just, yeah, you see the person like appear and then it's over here, but then the image then catches up. And you see this person continually moving around and interacting with some. And at one point, there is someone who comes in, and you see it's like a woman who is utterly frightened, stops and runs, and like just happens to turn around. You see her look up with great surprise at this person, and he goes thunk, and you see her blink, just immediately disappear. And then he takes one step, and you see an entire forest pass by him, and then he appears again. And then another figure then shows up, and this one seems to be like a farmer, but then the farmer suddenly doubles over as if there's a fantastic amount of pain, and he's talking to someone who is not there. But then as he like drops down to the ground with a grievous gut wound, this guy then turns, looks at him, and thunk, touches him.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna say all of that to them, and I will be right back.
That's very strange, considering we can't. That planchette is like a visual gateway. It's like a vid display. Oh, none of you know what that is. All right. Well, it seems that we have a lot to catch up on. I don't know what I'm seeing. My eyes are playing tricks on me. I'm clearly hallucinating from inhalation. And it seems the devices are influenced by the process that the crystals are made. I have nothing to add.
Shahid, have you heard about any brass armored figures in antiquity?
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, I have. Grungir specifically stated that that was the one that he saw that reached out through his chest moments before he, I guess, had his first thoughts here in Fallen Drift.
Shahid, give me a religion check.
$22.
I'm going to send you a message on Discord.
Got it.
Love that.
Damn.
Ooh.
Oh, I got a message too from him. It says, this weekend we are dropping mad tabs.
Please drink your Ovaltine.
Okay, Eric, I'm sending you the stuff right now.
Yep. I'm witnessing it.
Okay. Let's see if this works.
Fun facts about Kevin.
um.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Dickhead. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, it's like no. So Shahid's like, yeah. So I never really thought about it till now. Grungia stated this image of this person with long hair, black, very straight, in this brass armor. If I'm not mistaken, this description matches that of some ancient texts concerning death cults. It says that this is the portrayal or the representation of Feyre.
Unless you guys make a history or a religion check, whichever one is better for you, you may not know that name.
Mm-hmm.
Feyre, remember that was the name that Otto said that he was the priest of, the one of death that he was trying to get bodies for, and which is why one of you actually apologized to him because of the fact that we were alive, and he said no ill feelings.
I heard the name. I heard him say it, but it was so before my time that I didn't really find it necessary to remember.
Right.
I rolled a 6, by the way. That's why I said that.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm following.
I rolled a 5.
I wasn't just saying fuck off.
What do you mean, fuck off?
Okay, Casper is nodding along like he understands everything
Yeah,
that's being
yeah,
said, but he's
fair.
like, I wish I paid more attention.
Otto
to my
called himself and Sasha. He was a priest of this individual, this Feyre.
Right, he said he went around killing things that had unnatural life.
Correct.
I don't know what that has to do with this.
They would intervene with life and death. I mean,
Oh, the robes? Do you think that is this like a Feyre cult thing?
I mean, wouldn't they then be directly opposing the will of Feyre because they wish for people to die naturally?
Yeah.
And this goes against that by forcing them to resurrect.
Is there an opposite?
This is
God?
the opposite. Oh, the opposite God. That would be
Sorry, that's my cat, if you can hear it.
Is that Penny or Sid?
Sid. It sounds like a Sid hack.
Oh,
I'm just gonna mute it.
okay.
All right, I think we're good.
But remember, well, maybe you don't remember, Otto was saying that he was bringing death in barter to earn more years.
Right.
But he was doing this by giving bodies unto Feyre.
That the farmer we saw in that vision. He'd been hurt by something. He had a gut wound. And he was talking to somebody that we couldn't see. Do you think it might have been somebody like Otto?
Oh.
Because I can't see any other way that the god of natural death would be involved with somebody who had been, stabbed.
Is there a god of life?
Or murder.
Give me a religion check.
Who?
I'm gonna think really hard about this. Is there 16? Is there a god of life?
In the ancient ways, yeah, Scythia or Scythia, something like that.
Scythia, Scythil.
There was a scythe back there.
Is that? Oh no, that can't have any. That'd be just too coincidental. I don't think cultists are that funny. What about? That doesn't make any sense though. What if there was a? If that's the, what is it? The god of natural death? Unnatural. Is there a god of unnatural death? What would an unnatural death be? Not dying of old age. So
religion checks.
Marriage.
Yeah, religion checks.
Eaten by a big worm.
So I guess getting killed. 16.
Not intimidation. I don't know why that happened. That was really awkward. It was only 11. Tell me, damn it! Tell me that.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, the name Thayan comes to mind, Ophelia.
Oh, that's Fayer. Phayan. That's the god of unnatural death, I think. Is that who the cultists are worshipping, or?
Meanwhile, you've seen no religious symbols on anyone anywhere so far.
I mean, it's a stretch, but if they're down below the city, because we don't practice religion above, so if they're down below, then possibly it's like a religious sect, but...
I mean, is it possible that... Because remember, when we first came into the asylum, we came into an asylum that had been shut down after the death of Dr. Belfry. When we came in today, we came into an asylum that was open, run by a still living Dr. Belfry. Is it in any way possible that religion has more of a hold on the above ground of where we are now?
That would be... you would know more than I would.
I don't think I really know. I don't think I can safely assume anything about what's going on outside of this asylum.
In everyone's experience, the city is simply a-religious. It's almost atheistic.
I mean, Renault, what about you? You come from like thousands, hundreds, a lot of years ahead of us. Do you have any?
From now, I'm sorry. I have not studied any form of theology, so I offer no aid or advantageous information in regards to it. There was a chapel on the ship.
Do you know anything about the history of the city? That's very presumptuous. Obviously, it would mean that Fallen Drift is even a little bit significant, but we have all this weird stuff happening in other dimensions, fires that didn't happen really, wars that didn't happen really. Is there anything that you know of in the future that could lend itself to help out here in the present?
See if I just rolled a 17 to see if I could recall something that may have been significant that came all the way back from Fallen Drift to where I was on the space shuttle.
There's a lot of stuff that Fallen Drift has in terms of history, but nothing is immediately standing out. Not for this context.
Gotcha.
Okay, so what do we know? Ewan Mycroft had this knife and no longer has it because we have it.
Ewan Mycroft started the experimentation of all this.
And he needs this knife.
He had the knife. Did he create the knife?
Does he need it though to continue?
Mr. Renault, is there anything in there that states that the dagger is a master component? Or did it just speak, or was it just created by happenstance?
You start taking a look at this. Is the book from the desk?
Yes.
Yeah, you eventually find that note about the dagger, and that it seems to fulfill the missing purpose of some missing process within it. Give me an investigation. It's actually what is your investigation?
It's favored for me, and the investigation is a +8.
Oh yeah, then it's gonna be passive for you. So yeah, you're taking a look around. You look inside the book, and sure enough, you find a brief passage that discusses it, and it just basically, and it's at the very end of the journal, of the Mycroft portion of the journal, not of the handwritten notes in the margins and other stuff. That will continue for pages on, but it's mainly ramblings about science, and distilling. The last entry of that is the dagger succeeds. Everything that we have done, hold on, I'll give you the whole thing.
The dagger succeeds. Everything we have done up to this point has been an utter failure, even with our numerous successes. The dagger has a unique ability to separate body from soul. It transports both into a designated location. Next, I shall work on deciphering how to program this thing to designate the destinations of both pieces.
I repeat that, showing them the passage specifically about how it is successful based off of its designation. This may have some relevance.
So the dagger is a necessity in this. It's the final component to
a clean cut.
It's what severs the body from soul.
Yeah.
I'll give you another one, Renault. Yeah, you know what? Let's cinch this up. This just makes sense.
At last, we have our answer. Any living being that is pierced with the dagger will have its soul separated, and anything that it has touched, providing that the dagger remains within the body and then the infection, as I shall call it, continues to grow, those portions of the body shall then be sent to what appears to be the crystal that I have ordered some time ago. The dagger will send body parts to me so that I may finally finish my construction. Make the sacrifices necessary with the souls collected. Then at last, I will be broken from the chains that bind me.
Remember how I said that there may be another entity in charge of this, something that I saw back in my home, which I saw initially. Does anyone recall me giving any of those details whatsoever?
I do.
Among those things, it seems that there is someone who was capable of receiving the dimension or plane that you see, Miss Moore, you see the Jephcots through your planchette and proper artifact devices. It seems that the contact with the blade causes an issue and sends those portions separated by the blade to wherever this individual is, and they seem to be of great power.
Probably for the best
And
that
that
we
is-
have the dagger.
Well, yes, so this is a very important thing that we should definitely not use, and it shouldn't fall into someone's hands, especially any death cults or murder cults or places like we are right now.
But you did read, I'm sorry, but you did read a passage that said that their chains will then be broken, so they're
Yes.
bound by some form of contract to. So
Or it could be just chains.
I feel that was more of a metaphor. Well, almost like a not literal but metaphorical chains, like a pact.
What?
Like a pact, like an oath that somebody would take to something. Like Otto, for instance, to Faya.
So
Once this mission is completed, Mycroft believes that they would be freed from whatever bindings were put onto them by whatever entity had maybe ordered them to do this.
was it one of the, what did you call them? The Randys and the Newmans?
Yes.
Is he bound to one of them?
Well, the Randys, during their vision, did believe that the Newmans were antiquated. So maybe it's the Randys who are doing this because they're trying to evolve.
Oh.
A higher evolution of being. Maybe they're trying to literally create the next advanced. How did you put it, Mr. Renault, with that thing that might have followed you or did follow you?
An automaton, a simulant specifically.
Simulant. Maybe they're trying to create the next simulant. Maybe this is the simulant of our time, which then one day may potentially evolve into the simulant in which Mr. Renault is familiar with.
Ophelia,
That would be
there's
problematic.
you're getting a presence off on your side, right where the planchette is.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna,
How do you keep the planchette on your body?
if I like just had it out, I'll just kind of casually hold it.
Did you have it out?
Yeah, I did, to look at the man that was there. The
Over
ghost.
between us, yeah.
Ah, okay. So it's in your hand.
Yes. Get down. What are you doing? Oh,
Fair.
Jesus. She did that to herself, I swear.
Sure.
She ran into the wall.
Cat abuser.
No,
Got it coming.
she literally, like, she clawed her into the chair and would
Okay.
not move until, okay, whatever. You know what? You're putting me through some shit.
So you're holding onto the planchette
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like somebody next to you just tried to grab it from you.
Oh, no.
Are you okay?
Did you just try to grab my... You're all the way over there.
I am on the other side of the.
Wasn't me.
That's the same sound we heard before the boy came back again.
And you can see just on the side of Ophelia, you see a small boy's hand trying to shake the planchette.
Get off.
And then you look down and you can see a boy looking up at you, a hand passing through you, and then through you again as if to get your attention. Then once you acknowledge his presence, he then stops and he points towards the wall and just mouths something.
He's saying to run. He's saying to run. Where are we running? Away from where he's pointing.
Coming right through the wall, you can see the bricks themselves seem to melt across time and air, and you see a claw come out pushing the very mass of bricks. Nothing is breaking. It's like reaching through a vertical pool. You see what appears to be a claw, and immediately behind it, I guess we'll pick up next week.
I fucking you.
Look at the messaging.